announcement that the stream is actually live. That way I know it's actually recording and none of the beginning preamble will be cut off. I've considered getting a startup screen, but that just seems like way too much work for me to care about.
Too much effort. Effort is for nerds.
That's basically my thought process, yeah. What does this mean you have posted, Greentron?
Click it and you'll see.
Jesus. That is terrifying. Alright then. Glad we got that out of the way. Alright, so. Welcome to SCP Agents, a Savage Worlds game. This is technically the second session of this game. Really, it's the third, but it's the second one in the Savage Worlds rules. So today we are joined by Isnot, Greentron, and Klaus, who will be playing in order Rook, Bishop, Crow, and Touchstone. And because I didn't do it at the beginning of last session, let's go in that order and hear a little bit about your characters, just for the record, and so the others can get used to figuring out what the hell it is you're gonna do. Though I think our first character, Rook, is pretty simple.
Rook is fairly simple. He is the front line of the group. He is the big beefy boy with the shield and the gun. Rook will most likely be, as I said, in the front, taking the hits. Hopefully so no one else has to.
That is his plan as the tank. Going from the tank to Bishop, the sharp-dressed tech man.
Yeah.
What else is interesting about Bishop?
He has a fuck ton of gadgets, engineering, and shit. And as I have recently learned, is very, very squishy.
He's not that squishy. He's wearing an armored overcoat.
Oh, he does have that.
He's really not very squishy, honestly.
Apart from that, although he can't do much yet, he's eventually going to have somewhat of a leadership role. Still training on that one.
Still working on that. We'll get there. Speaking of squishy, let's go to Crow.
Oh, you see, Crow's one of those squishy types. He's so squishy, he's like a snail when you step on it, But either way, Crow's one of those sharpshooters. He shoots things from a distance. He stays in the back, makes sure everybody's safe from a distance,
Right.
If the front line gets hurt, he's in the back line, making sure that the front line has proper reinforcements.
And if the front line gets hurt, he's nowhere near it to avoid getting hurt himself.
That too.
Now to someone a little more altruistic. Touchstone. Klaus, tell us about Touchstone.
Touchstone is a fairly slender guy, often seen smoking, even in briefings when he's definitely not supposed to.
Commander Mills let him. He doesn't care.
Yeah. He really loves his suit and his black tie. He's officially the team's medic, and he has a few special things that he does to do that. He's kind of a mid-range kind of guy, trying to stay between Rook and Crow, pretty much.
In order to make sure they don't try and kill each other. What a good mitigator and negotiator. Those were our players, and I am Kodiak, the commander, which is like a GM except setting appropriate. So, let's start by giving everyone some fate chips. Isnot, as usual, always wanted to give everyone one fate chip to start with because he's greedy and impatient. So everyone got one, but Touchstone, Resident Medic, actually has luck, meaning he gets an extra one. So let's deal another 2 to everyone to even out the fate chips. All players. So let's see what we got. We got red, white, white for Rook, 3 whites for Bishop, white, blue, white for Crow, and red, blue, white, red for Touchstone. Meanwhile, I have 2 reds, but I get to draw an extra 2 because, well, I get 1 for each of the players to use how I see fate, and I have 3 reds and a blue. All of the fancy chips are mine.
See, on one hand, I don't get much to do that's fun, but on the other hand, at least I won't be making things worse.
For people who don't know exactly how fate chips work, and for Klaus especially, since this will be his first time playing Savage Worlds, is that right?
Yep.
Fate chips can be used for a variety of things. Most generically, they can be used to unshake. Shaken is a status you get when you take damage that meets or exceeds your toughness by a small amount. It means you can't act unless you succeed on a roll. But you can unshake at any time, interrupting anything, in order to prevent further damage in some cases, or to be able to act if you fail your roll. It's a free action, you'll be able to do that anytime. Soaking, you can spend a chip to do that as well. These are all things white chips can do, of course. Which means you make a vigor roll and you reduce the number of wounds you take by your amount of successes and raises you get on that soak roll. And finally, they can be used to reroll any trait roll. That's an attribute or skill roll, you reroll the entire thing, and you take whatever result is better. Red fate chips can be used just like that, or you can add a d6 to any roll. That's not damage, any trait roll. If you use a red fate chip like that, well, I get to draw a fate chip and use that for any of the villains that I feel like deserves a fate chip. And that's always fun. Blue fate chips can be used like white or red fate chips, except there's no drawback for using them at d6. So, you know, spend them as you wish. There's also a chaos chip in the pot, which works like a legend chip, and I'll explain that more if anyone draws it. I'm sure it's fine. Anyway, let's get into today's mission, Operation Iscariot. You guys have heard a little bit about this one, because you know it's not a standard, you know, smash and grab type thing where you're just trying to deal with an SCP. This is a little more human-oriented, as disgusting as some of you may find that to be. Or not, what do I know? So let's get to the briefing room. It's a fairly cold day. I'm pretty sure at least Bishop is wearing his coat indoors, but when isn't he? So Commander Mills.
I enjoy wearing just the suit, but if it's cold, it's cold.
Of course. Commander Mills speaks. So, yeah. It's pretty simple, like I said. You guys are going to be heading into River Ward, and we need you to find a guy by the name of Jebediah Abernath. Locals are treating him as some sort of messiah, apparently, leading some sort of cult. We're not sure of the details, but whatever he did net him some sort of power. We're not sure if he made a deal with some entity, or if he found a relic. Whatever the case, he has this power, and we need it either eliminated or contained.
So, dead or alive?
In essence, yeah. We're pretty sure he's not the source of the power. He didn't show up on any notices until recently. We figure he awakened to it by finding something or making a deal with something. Now, because you will be going to River Ward, there will be people, so you're gonna need to go in with less than noticeable amounts of gear. Yes, I'm talking about you primarily, Rook.
So, what am I supposed to just strip down from all this armor?
Sort of. You're gonna have to leave your shield here, and the machine gun. We found some replacements for your armor. It's just a Kevlar jacket and some riding pants. Got you a motorcycle helmet. Your cover story for that is that you're just a motorcycle enthusiast. It's not gonna be as good as what you're wearing now. Not military grade or anything, but it should keep you safe.
Hell, fine.
Bro, you're also gonna need to leave your rifle here. Handguns and stuff that people will assume is standard equipment for FBI only.
Whoa. My babies?
You can leave it with Ricky.
Oh,
You can keep the pistol, but you're gonna need to leave the rifle here.
my baby.
Unless you can, I don't know, convert the rifle into a cane.
Looks at Bishop.
Well, I'll just take out the rifle cane that's hidden in my trench coat of things. Go ahead and get up, walk over to Crow. You can use this in the meantime.
Crow grabs it. Thank you. And he puts his rifle away to be taken care of.
Yep. A rifle cane. Excuse me. A rifle cane only has one shot before it needs to. You need to spend, I think it's 2 rounds reloading it. So do keep in mind you will only have 1 rifle shot at a time. Though it does look like a regular cane, and nobody's gonna question that.
Also, you won't have the
You won't have trademark weapon.
Trademark weapon.
Right. You won't have trademark weapon with that rifle.
Oh, I can live with that.
It is still a rifle though, and rifles are useful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Would I have to take a negative since it won't be a trademark weapon?
No, a trademark weapon only gives you positives. Not having a trademark weapon just means it's flat. Whatever.
Okay.
So going back to Mills. The rest of you are probably fine. Hand weapons and stuff you can conceal in your coats only. I'd enjoy if Spider was on this one with you, but he got called away to something over in Greece, so...
Greece.
Oh, thank God.
That's
Yeah, he's busy.
I'm very happy for that.
Relax, Touchstone. He's not such a bad guy.
Out of all of the monsters and chaotic shit I've seen out there, he's the creepiest thing I have ever met.
He's just an
I won't
accountant.
completely argue with that one, but he is useful.
He's just an accountant, boys.
Accounting is scary.
Okay, I'll give you that
No,
one.
that's fair. Yeah.
Anyway, as usual, transport will be down from the bay. River Ward is about an hour and a half drive outside the base here. Your cover story will also be in the back of the van, so don't worry about that. To the locals, your FBI, who are investigating something about missing church tax fraud that might have gone to a national level. The details aren't too important. You shouldn't be needing them anyway.
So avoid locals unless we need to get this man.
Well, I'd love to say you could avoid him, but we haven't been able to get much of a read on where Abernathy hangs out.
Hell.
Best
We
we
have to
know,
talk to people.
yeah, best we know is that he's a pillar of that community. So if they get suspicious that you're hunting him down,
Do we have a cleanup crew just in case things go south?
rather we didn't need one, but as always,
Well-
we can deal with things if they get out of hand.
It might seem that way.
And besides, we got a couple people on standby in order to make it look like a terrorist attack if things go way out of hand, but try not to go that far.
Yeah. Fucking.
Do we have any leads to go off of going into this?
Well, like I said, he's apparently made a deal with some entity and claims to be the next Messiah, and has the power to at least make the layperson believe it. Chances are he's probably going to have some sort of cult following. I don't know, maybe he'll have meetings or sermons or something. That's our best bet for where you'll find him.
Meetings. He's truly
And
a person.
what kind of people are we dealing with? Are these like these superstitious, like Midwestern folk? Are these
Superstitious,
Like what?
yeah, but from what we can tell, most of them were pretty standard Americans until Abernathy started producing miracles, and now they're fanatical. Still people, still have their right minds. We haven't detected any sort of anomalous entities or energies coming from them.
so civilians still?
Civilians, yeah. They may have... If Abernathy has power, he may be able to give them some of it, but as far as we can tell, they're still in their right minds and they're still people. Anyone who's connected with Abernathy and knows what he can do, though, and has seen it firsthand, you are welcome.
Alright.
And if you don't, we'll just clean their minds. It's fine. We just need Abernathy out of it. All that makes sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Transport should be ready. Actually, it's been ready for about 10 minutes now. If you have any further questions, feel free to let me know. If anyone in the Foundation needs clearance for this or information, it is Operation Iscariot, as mentioned previously.
Fair enough. Iscariot, you said.
Iscariot, yeah.
Alright.
Should probably be writing this down somewhere. It's not coming from Bishop, just like I should get a notepad and actually write down this guy's name. And
That's a good point. What was the man's name?
Jebediah Abernathy.
Jebediah Abernathy.
alright.
Are you covering that green?
I mean, for my notes, yeah.
Okay.
I don't really have anything other than the two names, but hey.
I have no clue how to spell Jebediah.
Let me get it for you.
Is it two B's?
This is with two
Jebediah.
P's, I think.
Let me get. I just pulled up the sheet real quick.
To be fair, the actual spelling doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter too much. You almost had it.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I am
Rook will
there.
stand begrudgingly, mumble something unpleasant, and start to go towards the armory.
I'll
I'm
also
gonna like.
follow into the armory.
I'm just gonna kind of jump over this seat and kind of just get in the way for a second. Hey, so can we not do what we did last time?
You mean run in, punch things, and be on fire?
No, run and punch things and break your hand.
Hey, that thing deserved it. All right.
For viewers who did not see that episode, it should be noted that thing did deserve it.
Stop the
Shut up,
punching.
God! I'm trying to make a point.
I'm on fire. We're gonna have a barbecue later.
Yeah, we'll barbecue you in a second.
Sounds about spicy.
Anyways, that being said, I just worry about you, man. I just kind of like go to put a hand on his shoulder and
He
like look at
looks
it like,
you.
yeah, I just take it away before I touch it. Like, nope,
Don't touch me.
and I step
Appreciate
out of
it.
his way.
Appreciate it. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
So you guys head down to the armory.
Where's Crow going?
I don't know, but he made it to the armory eventually, I'm sure.
Open.
Oh yeah, theoretically I wouldn't have the rifle cane with me. It doesn't matter.
I imagine
Okay.
you bring all that with you everywhere. I don't.
What are you talking about, man?
Anyway, so you open the door and you see Private Beanon.
No, Private. What are you doing here?
Oh, hello. She salutes.
Drop it. It's fine.
I'm to be your driver for today.
Really?
Yes, Miller got called away
Great.
for another operation somewhere in northern
Great.
Canada. He was the only
No?
one. He was the only one qualified to fly the golf carts.
Excuse me, golf carts.
It's a long story.
Have you never been in a flying golf cart before?
Have you?
Yes,
Looks back into the middle distance with like the look.
Fair
Anyway,
enough.
they assigned me because I didn't have anywhere else to be at the moment, and I'm qualified to drive this van so long as it stays on the ground.
Fair enough. Well, it's good to have you with us then.
Thank you,
Now,
sir.
if you'll excuse me, I apparently have to get changed.
I want a flying go-kart.
I don't want you to have a flying go-kart.
They're golf carts. Something. It's an anomalous golf range.
Mm,
You can only enter while on a golf cart.
that is mildly concerning, but fair enough.
Is there a way you can modify a go-kart to fly for me?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure we probably have one of those, but
I'll have to borrow one sometime.
Alright, I'm gonna go over to my box of supplies. I have a gadget I want to work on.
ooh,
Hey,
nice. Well, hey there, Rook.
we're for Operation Iscariot.
Fantastic. Your motorcycle gear is in the box on your left. Is the far one. We packed it up, made sure it was the right size for you and everything. You can leave you can leave your current gear in there.
I don't want to, but fair enough. He takes the gear begrudgingly and looks for a changing room, realizes that there isn't one, and shrugs.
Of
We're
course.
starting to change.
I'm staring real hard trying to get a glimpse of his face.
Rook is wearing a mask under his Rook is wearing a mask under his helmet.
100%. But like he pulls off his helmet. There's another mask.
Right, and then he puts
Pulls
the
that
other
mask,
helmet over
another
that.
mask.
Then he puts the helmet over the mask.
Yeah, pretty much.
In case you're wondering specifics here, the Kevlar riding jacket and leggings are +2 armor rather than +4. So.
Ah, my armor.
I told you. I'm sorry.
How could you?
Anyway,
So what does that set my armor to now, actually?
if you look at your armor, there's a modifier fields. You can just decrease that by 2.
Protection. Protection?
Here,
So 2 and 2.
So, yeah. So on your toughness, there's a mod that has a 3 on it and 2 from armor. Technically, that should be, well, no, you already changed the armor, so it fixed itself for you. You're good.
Okay. Ugh. It's not enough. It's only 11.
Anyway, you guys collect your less than obvious gear that you guys have on hand here. Is there anything else you guys want to try doing before you leave? Bishop, you were trying to make a gadget. What are you trying to make?
A modification for my spare pair of lenses. Or
Right.
glasses, changing the lenses, so I can basically push a button and turn on Farsight before it shorts itself out.
Right. So Farsight lets you basically see things for up to a mile, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so roll your weird science gadgeteer.
Also, I'm going to... You said the drive was like an hour and a half?
Yep.
So I'm going to give this up to 4 attempts.
Nice.
Hey,
There
you
we
got
go.
it on the second one, and you actually got it with a raise. Meaning you can also have range penalties for shooting, throwing, and other abilities affected by range.
Mm-hmm.
While those are active. And that lasts for 5 rounds.
So not very long, but it might come in useful.
Maybe, yeah. It is very useful to have as an option. Alright, so you do that. Is anyone else wanting to do anything? Rook?
Rook is going to prepare 2 bullets with your name on it.
Okay.
He's going to use slugs.
Bullets with your name on it, ignore cover penalties, right?
Yep.
Well, no, not ignore, but reduce them by 2.
Yeah.
Which
Basically,
is, yeah,
It's
which is
okay.
quite good.
and they also ricochet, which is always neat.
Indeed.
So I have to roll for these. Badoop. Unfortunate. I get
Ooh.
shaken. in
You get
fact.
shaken, but that's fine. You can recover. You're in a safe place here. However, that bullet will not fire when loaded. So you can discard it, and you can just waste those power points, or you can try again.
He'll discard it and then start a second.
Okay.
There we go.
Hey, there you go.
Oh,
That one works as intended. When you fire it, it will ignore cover.
you got the
That's-
exact opposite of my roll.
Yeah, really.
So that's 4 invested there, and then he'll make 1. Let's go with a loaded for bear.
Is this going to be on a buckshot loaded for bear?
Yes.
Oh, 3d8. Let's see. Hey, you did it! Nice. So now you have 1 bullet with your name on it and 1 loaded for bear. 1 slug, 1 shot. Very nice. Is there anything anyone else wanted to do here at the gear station before getting into the van to head out?
Is it possible to modify the cane rifle to have 2 shots?
Do you have the repair skill?
No.
I do.
Okay. I'll tell you what. You can roll repair at a -2 to rig it to have a quick load so that you can only spend 1 action reloading it rather than having to spend 2 rounds.
What's the penalty if I mess this up?
If you mess this up, it just won't work. You can still use the rifle cane as the rifle cane. But if you get a success, I will let you load it basically as if it had a quick loader.
Hey, Kuro, hand it here. I might be able to help you with that. And then... Oh, he
Just-
does have a...
Apparently, he just has repair.
Alright, well, shit.
Crow,
I was thinking
Crow,
I'm gonna-
you're like, hey, Crow, hand it
Whatever.
here, and he already's like halfway through making it.
You also still have fatigue on, so get rid
Yeah,
of that.
you need to get rid of that fatigue. You have no fatigue right now, so it's actually a 7, but that's fine.
Just, like, getting ready to start working on a second... Oh,
You did it.
alright then.
So, for this session, that rifle cane will work as if it had a quick load, so you can reload it in 1 round, in 1 action, rather than 2 rounds. However, at the end of the session, Bishop, you're going to need to make another repair check, otherwise it's going to be busted and take a little while to fix, or a little bit of money. And we'll
Ugh.
determine what that does in the future.
I don't have much repair, it's just a D4. I mean, if he has a D6, he can do it.
Sure.
Hey, Cody,
What's up?
does Rook get to keep his Winchester?
The shotgun?
Yeah.
It is a small enough shot. That is actually, it's a lever action shotgun, right?
Yeah, lever action.
The thing with the lever action shotgun is that it actually has a shortened stock compared to the rifle, as well as a shortened barrel. So yes, you are able to hide that under a riding jacket.
Cool.
It's you know the Punisher, like I think it's an 1886 shotgun that you like fire and then you flip it.
Nice.
That is the Winchester lever action shotgun, is the 1886, the shot flip.
Also couldn't find where it was in the book.
It is in the Deadlands book. It's a 4-round shotgun, and it works just as a shotgun would.
Okay.
So
everyone good? Anyone else want to do anything while you're here?
While let's go there, he'll give us a rifle. That says, "Can you keep this safe, please, and clean it while we're gone?"
Always do.
Thank you.
You got it.
We walk off. I'll see you guys in the car.
Mm.
All right. If nothing else, I assume you guys get in the van and prepare to head out.
I'm just trying to find it. I'll find it later. Fuck it.
Sorry, I was just working on something.
Yep, no problem. You guys are going then, though, yeah?
Yeah. We'll get in the van. He gets
Anyway.
shotgun this time. Fuck you.
I'm glad that we have this tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise, though. That's a very useful information.
Yes, it is.
Anyway, so you guys get in the van, and in the back of the van are some long overcoats, which, Bishop, you don't need to wear one. You already have one that works the same, but long overcoats for everyone else, as well as badges and IDs for FBI personnel. They are very well made, and if you didn't already know they were fake, you probably would expect them to be real. And you guys set off on the car ride. Rook, you recover your power points. What was that?
I'm gonna brace myself instinctively after last time.
Well, don't worry. Alyssa drives much nicer than Miller, and also isn't using the rocket boosters because she's not qualified to. Good idea though. What was I saying? Can't remember what I was saying. Right, Rook, you gain your power points that you've spent on the failed bullet back because you discarded that bullet. And Bishop, you didn't fail any rolls, so your power points are invested and they're kept where they are.
Actually, did fail a roll, but the 2 will come back and then 2 will stay.
Sorry, I forgot about that. But yeah, you recover the power points you spent on whatever you discarded. And you guys set off to Riverward. Now, Riverward is a it's not exactly a large town, but it's not big enough to be called a small city. It is right in between, like, a village and a city. It's just not quite large enough. But it is the winter. And while most of the downtown area is lit up at night even, as you guys approach, it is a little bit later in the day. What's your plan here?
That's a great question.
Just kind of thrown into a giant place trying to track down something.
Yeah.
They say we check out the local bars because
You just want to go to a bar, don't you?
Remember that if someone who we're looking for happens to realize we're looking for this guy, it's gonna start getting messy. Try to keep a low profile, alright?
I should mention, it's not as busy as this picture makes it look. This would be, during, like, for example, an event in the square, there'd be this many people. There are much less people than this, like, maybe a few groups, but it's not this lively at night.
Oh.
So it's late at night. Where would G grow?
It's not quite late, it's about 7.
Oh.
So maybe a bar wouldn't be the worst of ideas, but it's also just like a bunch of apparently FBI people going into a bar is not, inconspicuous.
Well, what was alright? Because this is something I should write down. What was our cover story?
Your cover story is that you are FBI agents looking into possible tax fraud with the local clergy and church. They might be sending money to places that are not just to the. Basically, they might be avoiding paying taxes for things that shouldn't be avoided paying taxes for.
Yeah.
Most churches are exempt from taxes to sustain themselves and all that. But if those are then sent to other people for personal gain, it's tax fraud. So you are here under the cover story that you're investigating possible federal tax fraud.
So should we go to the church then?
There's that. We can also try fishing. Use somebody as bait and get people to think that they are interested in joining whatever cult is going on here.
Good idea, but I think we should just get a little bit more to work off of for that.
Beforehand, yeah.
Because if you just go, hey, I want to join a cult I don't know much about,
Well, it's hey, I heard this guy's performing miracles or something. Doesn't seem like he's doing too much to hide it.
You just ask if there's anything strange going on recently, or they're just like people walking around, yeah. Cody?
Oh.
Sorry, my mic didn't want to unmute. I was hitting the unmute button and nothing was happening. Yes, there are a couple of people walking around. It's not terribly lively, but there's a couple of people walking around the street and heading various places. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot what it was.
Then I say maybe we just like ask a random civilian, like, "Hey, is there anything weird going on?"
Oh, right, I remember what I was gonna say. Alyssa, in order to help avoid suspicion of 4 people in trench coats getting out of a van, did park a little ways outside of town. A couple hundred feet, and you guys got out and went into town, and she parked a little off the road.
There's also the fact that I probably shouldn't be in any open areas since I'm still masked. And I will be masked for the remainder of this mission before anyone asks.
You just look like a motorcycle enthusiast. I'm sure it's fine.
We should I look over to Bishop. What kind of the best face we got, right?
Sorry, repeat that.
What kind of the best face that we got, right? We should probably, honestly, I look back to
What that means is
Crow.
what that means is he's saying that Bishop and Touchstone are the best at talking.
Oh, well,
we
it would
should
be
probably
Spider,
leave.
but yeah.
Look,
Don't ever make me talk to people with him again.
I
So,
think I would do my
Bishop
best.
can- Bishop can try to, put up a front and just get information out of people, but that's not exactly his thing, and he doesn't like it.
As a note, Crow, you weren't allowed to have your plague doctor mask.
Oh,
Oh,
That's too noticeable. You can have like a one of those
there we go.
like face masks. You can have like a face mask, like one of those ones that you're not the cone template.
There you go.
You can have one of those face masks that people in like Asia wear to avoid disease, but you can't have the full plague doctor mask because that is too obvious or too noticeable, really.
Okay. So this is I'll probably go to the bar. I might do my best work there.
I don't want you stirring up nothing bad. You hear?
The way I
Well,
see it, one of the best possible starts if we're going to flash around our badges a bit is to go to the church so we can keep up the cover.
Well, if we're doing that, I'll go with Crow to the bar. I'll go back to a bit more casual attire, and me and him can hit that up while you guys who... I just look at Bishop, who does not have, like, a relaxed muscle in his body.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Rook?
Unless I get a disguise, I don't think I'm going to be able to come across as just a normal guy
Yeah.
just having a chat.
Yeah.
You two go ask questions at the church, and
Yeah.
we'll convene later on information.
Sure thing.
I can keep up with the cover of being an FBI agent. It's not too far from the truth.
That's why it's a good cover. Alright, so let me see here. We'll start with Rook and Bishop going to the church.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's fun. So you guys, it doesn't take really much looking around. You don't even need to ask anyone because you can see the church like in the distance. It has that long pointy tower. It's pretty obvious. So heading there is no big deal. The church itself appears to be 2 stories and have a couple of extra rooms. It's nothing huge, but it is a fairly large church. It's not just a single room church. It's not like a small town church. It is something that looks like it would be part of a larger ministry or organization. But the sign outside is not for any of those. It is some it's a sect that you haven't heard of, essentially.
So it's not common knowledge.
No.
Okay. Rook would like to do a little bit of a notice on this building to see if there's like just anything off, anything weird about it.
Sure. Roll notice. Got a
That's
4.
a 4.
There's not anything that's terribly off with the building itself. Something about the doors catches your eyes, and, as you're approaching the building, you look a little closer, and it does look like the wood is different. It's newer than everything around it, which is a little weird, I guess, but besides that, there's nothing that seems off.
Okay. Rook will note that down then. Well, not with a paper, but
Yeah, of course. Wrote it down somewhere. I can't find it, but
before they go inside, Rook will probably say something along the lines of, "So, you and I both know I ain't too good with people. I punch first, ask questions while punching. So I'm mainly going to be relying to you.
Yeah.
I will assist you if you need anything, but you're mainly on your own here."
Yeah, with the 2 of us together, I'm just going to fucking start showing our badges and maintain that cover because there's no way in hell I can be subtle.
Well, you don't need to just flash your badge, but we would like to talk to someone of higher importance than just a clergyman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's get in there and see about finding us some information.
I'll take the lead on walking in if I'm going to be the guy talking.
Yep. So you head in, and there's a couple people in pews, and a priest standing up at the altar, looking over a book that you assume is the Bible from the distance. It seems reasonable.
Probably.
Especially given the Christian iconography around the room. And yeah, it's fairly quiet. Nobody seems to look up at your entrance besides an old man sitting in the back left pew. He's just sort of there. He has like reading glasses on. He's like staring at the book intently. He doesn't seem to have any idea what he's reading. He looks up at you guys, looks down at the book, and continues to look confused.
Well, I feel like one of the first things to do would be only semi-conspicuously take a look around from inside the building.
Mm-hmm. Roll notice.
I might go ahead and just like walk up a little bit, sit down in a chair, and then look around.
We're probably going to stay by the
pew,
door then.
Yeah.
And just like lean against the wall.
I will... Give me a second, I'll check that for you, Klaus, because I think you put them into stats, didn't you?
I
Yeah, you put
don't
them...
remember. Okay.
You put them... Well, no, you put them into PowerPoints and the Assassin Edge.
Okay.
Yeah, they're marked on your sheet under hidden points. I marked them down so you don't forget.
Ah.
Gotcha.
I was looking over making sure I remembered everything that I do. Never mind.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Also, yes, he has the Assassin Edge, what of it? Anyway. Inside the church, you guys got a 7 and a 4. Actually, Bishop, do you have alertness?
Yes.
Okay, so is that adding to that? Doesn't look like it
Wait,
is.
should I notice? Yeah, I've noticed +1 right now.
It should be +2 because alertness.
Oh,
You
it's
didn't.
2.
You didn't make it. Remember, you lost 1 point of notice because of that crit fail.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then it comes back at the end of the session. So yeah, you have it again.
So that's a 5.
Right. Inside the church itself is pretty standard for what you'd expect, though you do notice that, at least along the walls, there are some missing spaces where there used to be crosses hung up that have been replaced with either newer wood crosses or wreaths rather than crosses. You're not the significance of that is lost on you, but they have been replacing some stuff inside the church.
I mean, they replaced the doors, so.
Yeah, they did. Probably, anyway. But that's all that you notice from that.
That's fair.
Well, sitting here looking around isn't gonna do much. We need to do a bit of proper investigation.
That'd be a
So-
good idea.
You said there was just normal people and then like a priest.
There's a priest up at the altar, and then some people scattered among the pews. Not very many, 2 or 3.
Well, guess I'm gonna go ahead and stand up and begin to walk over towards them. Is Rook following?
If he stands up, Rook will move from the wall
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
to follow you.
God, this is gonna be difficult. Bishop is such a fucking suspicious motherfucker.
I'll be honest. I feel like you guys sell the cover of being FBI agents really well, though. You got one guy in like a nice suit with an overcoat and that stern expression, and then the really big guy who looks like he could break a horse.
With his pinky.
Yeah, proper FBI team stereotypes right there.
So I'm walking towards the
Priest? Yeah, okay. Yeah. You go up to him and, he looks up and, puts his arms on the pedestal in front of him, gives you a nod. He doesn't say anything, though.
I start with whatever. We're doing a bit of investigation of this church. We'd like to have a little bit more of a look around.
What could you possibly be investigating here? We are just a simple town church, after all.
There's some suspicions of tax fraud that we're looking into.
Oh my, that is quite serious. I'm just here to watch over the church for the night, but who exactly are you investigating on this?
Who?
Yes, you said you were investigating tax fraud. Do you know who you were looking for? I may be able to find them within the records. You may take a look at their proceeds and contributions.
I should have done more research on this. Who's the head of the church here?
The head of the church here?
Yes.
Well, as of recent days, it has been Father Abernathy.
Rook will put a hand to where his ear would be, nod once, and simply say, "Sounds about alright. Might be him."
You're investigating Father Abernathy?
Is that a problem?
Well, no, I suppose not, but I can't imagine he would do anything such as that. He has no need for that sort of thing.
Well, in that case, it should be fine once our investigation is complete.
Roll persuade.
Can I aid him?
Yes.
So what would that do? +1 or?
If he aids you, he rolls a persuade check of his own, and if he gets a success, it adds 1 to your roll. If he gets a raise, it adds 2.
Gotcha.
He got a success, which adds 1 to your roll, which means you got a 5. I really shouldn't when he's not here. And let's see what this guy rolls for because he resists this. It's a resisted roll. He doesn't roll well though. But I'm sure he wouldn't mind you just taking a look at them. He has nothing to hide after all. Follow me. We have the offices for the collection and counting in the back.
I'll follow, looking around, like, once we go past one of the doors, just scrutinizing everything.
Of course, of course. And you get into the back room, and like you said, it's just an office. It has a couple of books and a till and all that sort of thing. It's basically like a layout for an accounting office. Phil would be right at home here, but alas, he's not here today. These books detail the collections of our members and Abernathy's personal contributions are listed here.
In that case, I'll just open the book and looking for anything mentioning him, but also more so just anything that seems out of place.
Yeah, sure. What would be a good role here? Let's see, because I'm thinking notice, but that seems too obvious.
Is it common knowledge?
I'm
Considering
thinking common knowledge. Yeah, roll common knowledge.
Alright. It's a 4. Part of me wants to re-roll that, but it might end up going worse if I do.
You always take the highest result.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But then again, what are the chances of getting a raise here? Pretty low.
Meh. I think sticking with a 4 is fine.
You could always
Yeah,
add a
it is
D6.
fine.
You could always add a D6. That's a 50-50 chance at a raise.
It's true.
Well, you couldn't because you only have white fate chips, but
Yeah.
Do I want to spend?
Because basically the chances for getting a raise would be what, 1 in 6, and then
I mean, I have a.
another 1 in 6. It's still like 20%.
it's not terribly likely, but it's not terribly unlikely either. It's up to you.
Do we want the D6? Because I can do that.
It's
Well-
a little early for that. You'd be adding it on top of the wild die. You need to get like a 5.
You would need to roll a 5 or a 6 on that, yeah.
Yeah.
It would give you a 33% chance of getting what you need.
No, because it's
So-
only 1d6, right?
Because he says Green has already succeeded with a 4.
He has already succeeded, yes.
So
Yeah,
then
if
I
I
won't
re-
spend it.
Alright,
If
you
I
won't spend
re-roll
it.
it, it's a 20. If you add a d6, it's a 33. Still kind of.
Fantastic. Green, nothing about Abernathy's stuff looks out of the ordinary, but you do see something unrelated to Abernathy, it seems, from a place called the Midnight Lounge. That is a regular donation, which is a little weird for something that would be a business or something, that
Midnight, you
donates
said?
regularly to the church every month.
Did you say Midnight Lounge?
Midnight Lounge.
Oh, that's something. I don't say this out loud, by the way.
Of course, right.
I just keep going through.
Mhm.
Is that all there is?
That is all that is stored here, yes. We keep track of everything that comes into the church, where it comes from, of course.
Rook will make himself look busy by going through other files.
Mhm.
Because I don't exactly just want to, take this and leave it. I want to do more of an investigation myself. I just don't know if he would object, considering this. We technically don't have a search warrant.
No, you don't.
In that case, I'll just have to ask him up front. Well, I'd like to do a little bit more investigation of my own, but we technically do need your permission for that.
What
Though
else is
if-
there to investigate?
Well, we don't know yet. We need to search the place. Can't do that without your permission, of course, but maybe we could wait for Abernathy to come here. Or
Abernathy
wait.
won't be back tonight. He has already left.
left for what?
I do not know where he goes from here, but he works here at the day, and supposedly people see him returning home around midnight.
So he's not going straight home.
I suppose not, but I do not know where he goes.
Well, surely it can't have anything to do with this, right?
I can't imagine it would. We haven't had any missing numbers, so all of it adds up.
Hmm.
Brooke, you're just looking through stuff as it stands.
Yeah. He does wonder like about this midnight lounge thing, and is half tempted to like ask, "What is this midnight lounge place?" Those is like he's supposed to be quiet right now.
So, I don't know if this is covered by a previous notice check. Is there anything else in the room that seems out of place?
No, this room seems very standard.
Okay.
Rook rolled a notice earlier and got a 7. If you'd like to roll to try and get something better, sure, go for it. I'll give you that one for free.
We'll see. Yeah, okay. Let me minimize the notes. They take up a lot of space.
5, you got... Yeah, there's really nothing out of the ordinary in here. Nothing that looks like it stands out anyway, any more than usual.
Rook will ask just in idle conversation. You replaced the doors recently?
Abernathy requested it, yes.
Do you know why?
No, I do not. The old ones were, I mean, they were starting to wear, of course, and they had some old motifs that had almost fallen apart, but he hired some people and said we could replace the doors with to help make the church look more presentable.
There's been a few more things being replaced recently, considering, well, along the lines of those wreaths, replacing some crosses, new ones being added.
Yes.
Are those all necessary?
Necessary? I don't know. Abernathy runs the show around here, so I I don't question it too much, of course, but yes, they were all just old things left on the walls from more than a couple dozen years ago. He said that it would be best to replace them with newer, better handcrafted stuff.
How recent was this?
Last few months, month and a half was when the doors were replaced.
If you don't mind, I'd just like to double check this in the book.
Of course, yes. The expense payments are from over here. Abernathy paid for them, or at least found somebody who would. Here you are.
Alright. So, I'll search for the specific payments, and also, he said that he hired someone else to make these changes.
Yeah. Basically, that would be hiring carpenters or contractors to actually put them in place. Is what was what he was saying.
But I'd like to just note those down, considering anything related to him could be a lead.
Yep. Roll common knowledge again.
Alright. Let me re-roll that.
You
Actually-
sure you don't want me to roll first?
Oh yeah, I guess, are you looking through these as well?
I mean, Rook is assisting you.
Yeah.
Then-
He is there. He's also helping.
Let's see what Rook's got. All right.
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately,
Alright,
white fate chip.
let's go again.
Ooh.
Fine. Fine. Ugh.
Ooh, white fate chip.
Are you kidding?
Wow.
I don't care, this is a fucking investigation. We're gonna get this through, I'm not gonna leave it like this.
Are you sure about that?
What's the common knowledge even for?
It's for looking through the books and finding something out of the ordinary.
Okay.
There's a chance that even
I
if
think
you
it's worth
succeed, there's nothing that's actually out of the ordinary there, but... Alright,
Last attempt, I'm saving the other one for myself in case things get rough.
dump all the chips. A 4!
There we go.
So, these payments do, in fact, go through Abernathy. But, something you notice is that in a different section of the book, Abernathy lists the payments that he uses for paying for these to come from the aforementioned Midnight Lounge.
Oh.
Would like to search for any other mentions of this midnight lounge. As he's just like going through things.
There are no particular mentions other than in relation to it being some sort of business that donates to the church.
Okay.
So for the recent changes to the church, I suppose, being connected to the Midnight Lounge?
Then I guess Rook will ask, do you know where this midnight lounge is?
I'm sorry, what? Oh, of course. I don't know much about it at all. It's not somewhere I would frequent, but the members call themselves the Dusk Legion. I don't know much about it. Supposedly, there's some sort of fancy society for entrepreneurs and the like who wish to give back to communities or something. Either way, a man comes by from there every month or so to donate.
Let's see. Is it the same man or just a man?
I don't know him. Not well
Fair
anyway.
enough.
I know he lives here, but I don't know much.
Fair enough.
Well, unless you have something else you'd like to ask, Rook, I think that'll be all.
I believe that'll be
Or,
all
wait,
for
no, I
now.
wouldn't say Rook. What's his fake name?
Thomas McGill.
Thomas. Just replace that with Thomas, and we're good.
I believe that'll be all for now.
All
We'll
right,
keep
well,
in touch.
thank you for your cooperation. Hopefully you won't have to come back.
Of course, we have nothing to hide after all.
In that case, I'll go ahead and start leaving. I
Yeah,
don't
Rook will
really
follow
have...
along.
I don't have anything I could do, like planting something. So, whatever. We'll
Or
just
do
leave.
you?
Well, no. No, he doesn't. Not today. All right. Are you gonna ask anyone else on your way out?
Do any of them even stand out?
Stand out? Kind of. I mean, there's the woman by the front who has had her eyes closed since you went in and still has them closed and is constantly saying words to herself in some sort of prayer. The man at the back who looks confused by words. And a third man who seems to have fallen asleep.
Rook wants to go see if the man has the book upside down.
No, it's right side up.
Yeah. You alright?
Oh, yeah, of course I am. None of this makes any sense.
How do you mean?
It says that a man moved an ocean. How does that work?
That's a good question. I believe it's a sort of faith thing.
That doesn't make any sense.
Maybe not. But for those that have no faith, they won't believe none of it either.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go back to trying to understand what kind of drugs they were. You can continue on.
Yeah, you have a nice day.
You too, large sir.
Yeah. And he'll just leave the man.
While that's going on, the woman muttering to herself with her eyes closed.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go 2 pews behind her, and then sit slightly to the right, on the right side of the pew, and just pull out my laptop, looking busy and listening in, just to see if there's anything weird about that.
She's mostly reciting different psalms and prayers quietly to herself. There's nothing particular
Mostly.
about it. Every now and then she messes up and restarts a verse.
Yeah. After like a minute or so, I just close up the laptop, stand up, and walk towards the exit.
Mm-hmm.
Rook will follow along.
Well, I guess we have a few things, mostly just the Midnight Lounge.
Indeed. Now let's hop over to Crow and Touchstone.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Because they went to the bar. So you guys go to the local bar in town. It's mostly a pub, but it's a brewery pub type place. It's really nice. Apparently they have trivia on Wednesdays. Sadly, it's a Friday. So you guys head inside, and it's not terribly lively, but there are a good number of people there. Some at the bar watching some sort of game, and others at a couple of tables. What's your plan here, walking in?
Well, I ditched the trench coat back at the car.
Right, yeah.
In...
You roboted out a little bit there, but I heard you ditched the trench coat back at the car. Okay, so it appears that Discord is breaking, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. I don't know why that's popping up.
Sorry.
Discord is breaking. Give me a second. I'm gonna fix it.
Hi.
Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. I'm fixing it.
Okay.
Beep boop.
Okay. So, you said you left your trench coat back at the car, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Just kind of going for a plain look. Gonna go up to the bartender and just get like a virgin drink that looks sort of like fuckboy.
So what Touchstone drinks?
I don't know fuckboy drinks. I only like my foodie shit. Okay.
So making fun of Touchstone aside, you get a drink, and you're at the bar. What's Crow doing?
He follows suit, and unlike him, he orders
does not have a mouth. I must scream.
he orders a pitcher of beer, like one of those big long ones.
I think he's gone.
No, we can hear him.
And,
what?
Yeah.
And
might need
he
to
orders
restart.
a platter. He orders a platter of nachos, like, and he just looks at his partner, like, I was kind of hungry, and you know, ain't nothing washes down a good food with a good drink, you know. So then he kind of looks around, like, yeah. Plus, once you see something crazy, you either go somewhere religious or go for a drink to kind of cope.
Of course. So you're saying that to the bartender, right?
He says that no. He
To
says
Touchstone?
that yeah.
Okay. So basically, he says to Touchstone, you know, you see something crazy, you either go somewhere religious or you get a drink, while ordering a like really tall pitcher, like a mug of ale, which is, you know, just fancy beer, and a plate of nachos. Because why not, right? They're on a mission.
That's
To look less suspicious.
Excuse me.
I think
mute
it's
myself.
best to I'm gonna go hit on some ladies. I look for any attractive women.
Crow, while he's waiting on the food, kind of looks for anyone that looks a little distressed.
Well, attractive women, there are a couple, but most of them seem to be with groups or whoever, you know, they came here with. As for people who look, distressed?
Yeah, like seeing something, you know.
There's a guy with a scraggly beard, a beanie, and sunglasses who appears to have basically fallen asleep on one of the tables with a half-drank pint of beer. But as for Touchstone, there aren't any attractive women sitting alone or anything like that.
What about ugly women sitting alone?
Actually, no, as well. There are groups of women, so, you know, you assume they're there with friends, but...
Damn. Alright.
But no, it's a Friday night, there's only one guy who's here alone, and it's the guy who appears to have passed out in the corner. And in case anyone's wondering, I did roll for it.
So, I'm gonna take a good drink of what I'm having. Have it be like half empty. Kind of act fairly drunk and go up towards the group of women. Hey, have you seen Mandy?
Who?
Mandy, she's my sister. We were in town with heard that there was some we're pretty religious, to be honest, and we heard that there was some pretty nifty preacher guy in town. We were coming to hear some of his sermons. But Mandy's my sister. I haven't seen her anywhere.
I'm gonna need you to roll persuasion, because that is a really, really strange lie to walk up to these people with, especially looking half drunk.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Let's find out. It's fine. one of the other girls speaks up and and says, "Actually, I think that was that woman who came into town like 2 days ago. She was going crazy for Abernathy's or something like that." And they whisper among themselves, and eventually the one who originally spoke, just sort of shrugs. I mean, I haven't seen her, but apparently she came into town. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we kind of got split up a bit ago. She might have ended up finding Abernathy's stuff without me. Do you know where he might be?
Well, if he's not at the church, he's probably downtown. He goes there every night.
Oh, what does he do downtown?
I don't know. Some sort of community center thing, I think.
Oh. Alright. Well, thanks. She might have followed him down there. I mean, he kind of just shrugs. Better than what I got going on.
Yeah, don't trip over anything and hurt yourself.
I'll do my best. I kind of give him like that drunken thumbs up.
Alright. And, Crow, what's Crow doing? While Touchstone's talking to these women.
He's just trying to talk to the bartender to see if the bartender's seen or heard anything weird about the church,
Weird about the church? That's an odd question. Why do you ask?
Sometimes after hard days of religion, you gotta...
Hard Day's Religion. That's one I haven't heard before.
Some people are more religious than others, and,
What, you some sort of missionary? A Mormon going on a walk?
something like that, if you want to say.
So you're a traveling Hindu monk then, I could tell from your face.
Thank you. But if you heard anything from that general direction amongst the church or anything like that as of lately?
Nah, not really. I mean, my brother's a carpenter, got hired to replace a bunch of stuff recently, but I mean, fixing up the church is the only thing I've heard of.
Oh, really? It hasn't been expensive or anything like that, as of,
I mean, if it has, he's been paid on time, so I don't know anything about it.
He hasn't told you anything else in regards to work, anything strange or out of the ordinary,
That is a weird question to ask, stranger.
I'm a rather peculiar person, and
Yeah, clearly, you're wearing a mask.
for health purposes,
Sure.
as he sips water from a straw.
Look, I don't know anything about it. My brother got paid on time, he did his work. Didn't say anything else about it to me.
Is there any chance I could talk to him in regards to anything at the church?
I don't know why you'd wanna, but you just head down there yourself.
I'm a person of many interests, and architecture is, a nice side passion of mine.
What, you want to learn to be a carpenter?
You could say so. It's many good religious people were carpenters.
Well, okay, that's fair.
But what do you say his name was?
I didn't.
Do you mind if I have his name?
Look, I think you've had too much already, and I've only given you one drink. You come from a different bar or something?
Kind. No.
Right. Well, I don't know why you're asking these questions. It's kind of weird. So, if it's all the same, man, I'm not really going to give out my family's details to you. If you want to go check out the church, you can head down there yourself.
Right, and it was just the church down the street around the corner, right?
I mean, it's kind of across the center, but yeah, basically.
Alright. And, yeah. Crow kind of looks to see what Touchstone is doing, and...
Touchstone has left the bar and is standing outside smoking by this point.
At that point, he'll just get to his drink and his food, and drinking Touchstone's drink as well, since he's not there to have it himself.
Right, so Crow's just gonna stay in the bar and drink, is what you're telling me. How long before he actually goes out to meet with Touchstone again?
Yes.
How long? How long
Maybe
does he
like
just hang out in the bar?
5, 10 minutes.
Okay, so enough to finish his food, is what you're telling me.
Yeah.
And then he heads outside, and Touchstone's outside, and do you guys have a plan from there?
Look, I found out he's likely downtown somewhere.
I found out that the bartender's brother did some work, architectural work at the church, remodeling. Everything paid on time.
We got a lot of good info, didn't we? I'm just gonna like smack my head against the wall.
I think the worst part is it made it take 10 minutes longer when that was a 5-minute investigation.
I just imagine that happening in the other two, like actually doing professional work, TM. And the both of you just like rook ass.
Yeah, no.
Y'all find out.
No. I love it. I love the dichotomy of it. You two go in, you act like FBI agents, you get information, and you get out. And then these two, Touchstone goes to talk to a group of women acting like he's drunk, and Crow creeps out the bartender. But hey, Touchstone got information.
Oh, good for him. Oh, goodness.
Alright. We should go meet back up. I hope they got something better than we did.
Look, all I know is I got some nachos out of it. Oh, and the drink that you left behind, I drank it too.
No, here, he brought that with him, drank it, I'm not sure which. But, you did pay for your nachos, didn't you? I'm joking. Unless you specifically didn't want to pay for them, you paid for your nachos.
Does he just forget?
As close as we're leaving, close to some. Touchstone, I ordered some nachos for those lovely ladies, and I put our tab on their tab.
Man, Crow just really likes to ruin things for Touchstone, doesn't he?
I'm gonna
Feels
punch him!
Roll an unarmed strike then, I guess. It would just be your fighting roll. Yeah.
Oh.
It'd be a fighting roll.
Fighting is a bit better. Not by much, apparently.
You still don't hit him. Crow's able to avoid getting punched. Or, if he does get punched, it's just like an arm punch that you might have probably meant to be harder, but it didn't really hurt.
It's more like a bitch smack.
It does.
Clearly. So you guys meet back up somewhere in the town square, town center a little bit, away from any milling about people. There aren't too many, but they're there.
If there was time where I was waiting on them, which,
yeah.
I mean, that is the question, like, were we the first there? I kind of get the feeling we wouldn't, but...
No, you would have been, because Crow spent 10 minutes eating
10
nachos.
minutes at the bar.
Oh, okay.
Let's probably
Well, then,
ask
Touchstone would have gotten back sooner if he didn't wait for Crow to eat nachos, so...
Well, then I'll be, like, find a place to sit down. Can I try to locate this midnight lounge on my laptop?
How are you trying to
Or would it be
locate
a
it?
case of...
How are you trying to locate it?
I guess looking
Public records?
for... That's one way to do it.
Public records. Well, the thing is, you're not in City Hall. You can try and hack City Hall if you'd like.
We'll stay out of anything illegal for now. I mean,
Public records are public records, but...
Hacking into public records, let's go.
I mean, we could physically go there and say we're FBI and
You could.
do it. Not
Or we could just go there as normal people and say we want to look something up.
They are
Also
public
possible.
for a reason.
Private records. Private records here.
So what's the plan here?
Brooke was just gonna ask around that if anyone knew where the Midnight Lounge was.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, right?
Hit.
Oh, you're really persuasive.
Rook just
Rook like
looks
smooths back
around.
his mask.
Rook just looks around for a second. He just looks around for a second. Pauses. Just sees a guy who hands in his pocket, nice jacket, and he's walking towards downtown. Rook just walks up and just like puts a hand on his shoulder and is like, "Hey, where's the Midnight Lounge?" Rook does that, right? Just pretty straightforward like that. Would you like to add anything to that or change it?
Butter.
Yeah, there you go. Where's the Midnight Lounge? And the dude just looks up at Rook in the motorcycle helmet. Because Rook's like a good foot taller than him. And as he turns, you can see a small badge with a crescent moon on it. Oh, it's just downtown, next to the swimming center.
Thank you kindly.
You a new member?
Prospect.
Hey, I'm not going there tonight, so have fun.
Thank you kindly. You take care now.
Yeah, you too, man.
And he'll head back to fucking Bishop. I was like, got him.
Oh. I'm just sort of watching the interaction, like, maybe the simple method is best sometimes.
Yep. I didn't have to punch him.
You didn't even have to punch him. Look at that.
Should we go try to find them, or just wait for them to show up?
I am not going to try and find Crow at a bar. I'm gonna wait here.
Yep. Alright.
And about 3 minutes later, Crow and Touchstone come back to the town square.
Touchstone looks pissed.
So, what'd you find?
Well, you see,
Apparently, Crow likes putting tabs on people fucking for his nachos, god fucking damn it. He tries to slap him again. I'm guessing it's probably been like an ongoing thing and it's just not happening.
Exactly.
Well, at least he didn't throw a Molotov at you. He did that for me. Well,
It's true.
Programming just drugs.
anyways, did you find anything of note?
He's downtown.
Yep. We found that out too, among some other things. I ain't got the notes, but Bishop.
The main points of note. What? And then he just pulls out a little notepad that he was writing things down in the meantime. Trying to find a good place to put this. So, for one, a lot of the payments from the church come from this Midnight Lounge every month. And, there have been some changes over the past few months, also connected to the Midnight Lounge and payment. Oh, and also apparently the head of the church is someone named
Abernathy.
Mr. Abernathy.
That's who we're looking for, most likely.
Yeah, I'd assume it's the same guy, but
Yep.
it almost seems a little too easy.
We didn't find out that much. Touchstone was a little busy flirting with women, and
I found out more information than you.
I found out that the church has been doing new architecture.
All they got was a new damn door. I would know. I saw it. We were there.
It's true. They were.
Mhm.
And apparently one of the architects is related to the guy at the bar.
And we need to know that why.
Touchstone just looks at Crow like he's just done.
You see,
Alright,
that
so
might have
Touchstone's
been
over here before I have to punch him for you.
That might have been useful information if you at least knew anything about the Midnight Lounge, but guess you didn't get that far in, did you?
We see Touchstone was a little occupied, and there's food involved, and I was kind of hungry, you see.
Are you telling me? Did he eat?
He made me wait while he ate nachos.
We're just gonna punch him.
Roll unarmed.
Where is that? What's your parry?
I believe his parry is 5 when he's not holding his trademark. Allow me to check.
Oh yeah, while you're punching, I just yelled, and he put it on the bill of, the group of women I was talking to.
Yeah, no, that is a hit against Crow's parry of 5.
Hey,
Crow,
Dodge.
No, you can't dodge. That's not how that works. You just use your parry here. However, your toughness is a 6, which means you are just shaken, meaning it nicks you, like it hits you. But it's like
I
it just
assume he like gives him a gut punch.
yeah, it just knocks the wind out of you. You're not injured. You're just a little put off balance.
Can I throw up on him as a reaction to the?
That's
He's
not
gonna
quite how
punch you again if you
that's
do.
not quite how shaking works. Over
You do
time,
have a mask on.
you do have a mask on. You would puke into your mask first.
You puke into your own mouth.
Yeah, but if I feel it coming up, I could just kind of remove it,
That's not how that works. That's not how fluid and viscosity works. Anyway, you guys have some information. What are you going to do with it?
Send Crow back to the van and then go. So you get to have a timeout.
But
So
you
I
might
guess we'll
need
go into
them.
the Midnight Lounge.
Yeah, I know where it is.
Yep.
More drinks. I'm okay with that.
No, and no.
If you buy a drink down there, well, it's gonna be problems when we're done with this mission. I'll tell you that.
Wait,
for
did you
certain.
actually get an alcoholic drink while we were there?
He got beer. He got like ale.
Yeah, he got a full large
Yeah,
pint
no,
of beer.
I'm just
yeah.
like, I kind of assumed that he got it virgin or something.
No.
Like,
No, he
No.
drank.
You think he thought that far ahead?
I assume you guys can at least handle one or two glasses, so I'm not worried about making you roll
It was
for
a
being
whole
drunk.
pitcher.
Right, but I'm not making Crow drinks way too much. I'm not making him roll for something as small as that when it's
oh
Crow.
no, I'm just in character. I'm just pissed at him for the fact
Well,
that
that's
he
fine.
actually drank.
As you should be. Anyway, you guys headed
Yeah.
downtown, or did you have another plan?
Assumedly, unless do we need to grab anything? Do we need to shoot people? Rook's ready to shoot people.
We're still looking into things.
You're still in a town. You're still in a town. And
So
most of your gear is still back at headquarters, so
it won't stop him.
So-
He has fists.
that's not shooting.
Okay,
He casts a gun with his fist.
Anyway,
okay, so how are we gonna go about this? Are we just gonna?
Pretend to join up.
There's that, but if we end up wanting to have somebody just kind of go normal looking, then kind of just runs us out of that.
I kind of want to just cook the door down, but probably won't get us anywhere pleasant.
I'd rather
Break the
not be
door
the
down
one
and
to talk to
do what
people.
exactly?
Shoot someone. I don't know.
I can have a look around the building, see what I can do as far as getting in from a different entry point, but
Yeah, sure.
I'd rather
It's,
not talk to
bad enough.
people if possible.
Okay, Bishop,
Yeah.
you do that.
Crow go
Rook,
with him.
yeah. And I just like stare down Crow. It's you and me again.
No,
Going
you
to the front.
no, you get to go with Bishop Crow. Touchstone, you're coming with me.
Okay.
so you guys are heading towards downtown, and I need all of you to make notice rolls.
On the way, I'm just gonna say, if we're doing this, Crow, just keep a low profile.
Oh,
You
no.
should have a +1 to that, Crow, so you got a 4. You got to take away that fatigue off your character sheet. Did that add? That did add 2. You got a 6. Okay, so
7.
yeah, 7 and then 6. Touchstone and Bishop. You guys notice that as you begin heading downtown, you've been seeing people on the street all night. It's dead silent. There is nobody on the streets where you're going right now.
Huh.
You'd think there'd be a few more. Are they all inside the lounge?
You haven't reached the lounge yet. You're about 2 streets away.
From how the girls were talking about it, it didn't seem like they were particularly avoiding the area, so I don't know what's going on with that.
Ambush. Looks at the roofs.
Alright. I think now might be a decent time to pull out the glasses.
Okay.
'Cause it says I could even read, like, what, fine print up to a mile away?
Something like that, yeah. So you put on the glasses. Yeah?
Turn them on, and
Yeah.
assuming every round is 6 seconds, that would be
Right.
about 30 seconds.
Here is what you know. Looking ahead of you. So first of all, let's move you guys over here.
Do I have a sightline of the lounge itself from where I'm standing?
You
I'd like to have
could.
a sightline.
You can't really have a great sight line, but you can see it. You guys were walking down the sidewalk, right-hand side, so I'm gonna move you guys in real quick.
Before I put on the glasses, I want to get into as good of a position as possible to see as much as possible.
Right, but it's mostly buildings and streets, so there's a lot of blocked pathways. But Bishop, you can see this far off ahead of you. So you guys aren't quite on this map area yet, but you can see that the road has been blocked by what appears to be a detective wearing a long coat, standing between two cars.
I'm gonna point that out in case they can't see it, but
Yeah,
You guys aren't close enough to have seen that yet with the notice rules you made, but when it's pointed out to you, you can see that, yeah, just off in the distance, there's a little bit of, it's dark, there's a little bit of snow, so yeah, you can just barely see it in the distance with a little bit of pointing out by Bishop.
any special details I can notice, specifically?
With a 6, not particularly, though you do see that he seems to be waiting, and again, looking around, there is, at least as far as you can see, nobody on the streets.
Does he have anything identifying who he is, or it's just a trench coat with nothing else noticeable?
He does have a badge on his right-hand side, just underneath the edge of the coat.
What does the badge say?
The badge says, it's a sheriff badge.
The sheriff.
Yeah.
It's a sheriff. Just says it's a sheriff.
No,
Yeah, I just muttered that to myself.
you can see, it, like I said, half it's covered by the coat, so you can't see all of it, but you can see Riff.
Mm-hmm.
you have the glasses are high tech enough that it like digitally reconstructs it to still show sheriff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's a riff.
His name's Riff.
Riff what? Riff Raff?
Street rat.
Anyways, if
I want to be a little bit more careful on this. And as I say that, the glass is just like
Explode.
there's a light spark, and then you can hear something powering down.
all
And
right.
then I pull out another pair of glasses.
So I'm going to look over to Bishop. All right, I'm just gonna take this. I like put something underneath your tie.
Oh, all right.
Look, you and Rook are still looking like suits, so go up and do that. I put a bug on you so we can listen to what you're saying.
All right.
Fair enough. Let's get moving then.
Gonna go ahead and start walking towards the sheriff.
Real cool flank him.
Yep. Go ahead. Move up as much as you'd like before you'd start talking. It's up to you guys on
Alright,
that.
physical tokens.
Yes, physical
we have
tokens.
physical.
Is
Yep.
he... So, is this blocking anything in particular? Like, is it the Midnight Lounge or just...
It's just on the road. The Midnight Lounge is, like I said, a couple of streets over still.
Just sort of walking directly towards him?
Yep. Alright, that's close enough.
Yeah, are you the sheriff around here?
That I am. Well, sorry to say it, but I'm gonna need to, you're matching what I was told, so I'm gonna need to take you in for a little while.
We're on an investigation here, and I'll go ahead and just take out my badge.
Yeah, I'd like to believe you, but, like, I gotta check with it. Guy from the church called me, told me about it. I didn't hear anything about this, so I'm gonna need to make a call up the chain, see what I can figure out. Can't just have people walking around flashing badges, you know?
We're in a bit of a hurry here. We can't wait for this.
Well, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter what kind of hurry you're in. I still gotta take you in until I figure out what's going on.
Just looks to Rook.
Rook cracked his neck.
Alright. to see if there's anything I can do this, because I never got around to buying the stun gun.
You didn't? I thought you did!
I was...
Oh my god, you have a flamethrower but not a stun gun.
Yes. Alright, listen, just... look. Heard you were looking into Mr. Abernathy, and he's a great member of this community, so... whatever it is, I'm sure we can sort it out at the station. So just... take off your weapons, put them down, collect them, and you can just get into the back of the car here.
Is there
Why
like
are there
an
two
alleyway
cars?
or anything like that?
In
Block
fact,
the
why is
road.
there an... Like Rook looks at him, looks at the two cars, looks at him again. Did you drive two cars over here to block 2, man?
I mean, I didn't drive both of them.
Is there another is there like people in the other car?
No.
And I didn't notice anyone else with the glasses.
Rook, roll smarts.
Sure. Fuck.
So, there's nobody else on the street, right?
Rook,
Oh.
you realize that, yes, what he said is he didn't drive both these cars. You also realize that that means there's other people around. However, you can't see anyone else right now. That means that they're behind some sort of barricades or cover. Generally meaning, they're probably behind the cars or in the buildings around you.
Do we have communicators?
You guys have radios.
Also, I mean, they can hear us right now.
Hmm.
We can't hear them, but they have bugs.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, the people in the back, Touchstone and Crow, can both hear what's being said.
Rook just wants to go up and punch him, but that's not a good idea. He will get shot.
And like I said, just put your weapons on the ground, come over. I mean, it's just a formality. We'll cuff you, put you in the back, we'll take you down to the station.
Can Crow shoot the officer that's gonna cuff him?
Crow, the chaotic evil member of the group, is allowed to do that. However,
Yes.
are you sure you'd want to do that? That's my only question, because you could keep waiting to see where this goes. You can hear everything that's being said, or you can take the shot now. That's up to you.
I am going to hold a finger up for him for 1 second, and I'm gonna do a motion like I'm gonna look around, and I put on my goggles to try to see anybody else.
Yeah, and if he's not gonna immediately shoot, I have something I have in mind.
What goggles are you wearing?
Night vision.
Night vision. Night vision doesn't particularly help. There are streetlights. So anyone else who is here is hidden from view completely, unless you had thermal or something.
Alright. If nothing immediately from now happens, like within the next couple seconds, I'm gonna turn around towards Rook. Is fucking Crow gonna take the shot?
Is Crow going to take the shot?
I'm gonna wait just to see if they actually go in the car.
Give
and
me
if they do, I'm
1
gonna
second.
take the shot.
I'm gonna change this real quick, just to the right, the inch measurement, so that we can see. Yeah, he's actually within your first range increment for the rifle cane, if you want to use that.
Alright, well, so I'm gonna turn around towards Rook. I have something on my hand. I place it on his shoulder, just looking like I'm patting him on the shoulder, and just say, well, things might get a little messy. And then there's gonna be I press a button, and I'm going to teleport Rook right here.
You're teleporting Rook behind the sheriff.
Yes!
Okay, okay, make your weird science roll. Let's go. Spend your points, make your roll. That is a 4, that is a success. You can see where you're going, you don't need to make a smarts roll. Rook, you're not resisting, right?
He's not resisting this.
Rook, you are teleported. That's gonna surprise him. Allow me to reveal this for you. There's a guy behind this car, holding a shotgun. You're also in a position where you can see this guy, also holding a shotgun.
Oh god damn it.
And guess what? We're in a combat!
Woo!
Give me a second to get everyone onto the turn order.
Because everyone puts Rook in front.
Yep. The proper
Yep.
thing to do. I'm gonna move you back in a second.
Honestly, yeah.
Yep, and, add turns to those ones, add turn to Rook. I'm pretty sure that's everyone. So, let's have some fun. I'm gonna try and turn on some music. Let's see if there's anything good here. I don't think I have any. I don't have the Wild West cool music. Maybe next time. Maybe next time. That's okay though. So first, let's deal some initiative cards. Da-da-da. Oh, he got a Joker. Oh shit, he was not surprised. He was not surprised at all. He's gonna actually hold that for a second then here, cause yeah. He can go whenever he wants. Crow, you're actually up first on this turn order.
Ooh. I want to shoot the guy, the sheriff.
You want
I
to
guess
shoot the
since-
sheriff?
Yeah, I guess since he's the only one in my line of sight at the moment.
Yep. Oh, hello. Doc.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a rifle cane, so of course it wouldn't have rubber bullets. God.
Yeah, well, sheriff getting shot.
I mean, do you think Rook was going to not shoot after being teleported?
You might punch. You might punch.
But these are men with shotguns.
Of course, of course.
Did I need to? I should have asked this beforehand, but
Make a shooting roll. It's a 2d8 rifle, so just click on your regular rifle roll. It's the same as your regular rifle, except it only has one shot.
Okay. I just want to ask.
Yep. Well, that wouldn't be a +1 because it's not a trademark weapon. But a 2 is a miss.
Aw.
Spend fate chips.
I'll do that.
Or you could just leave that be and move on to the next turn.
A white
Roll
one
would be fine.
right?
Huh?
A white fate chip is the one that I could use.
A white fate chip is a reroll, yes. A blue fate chip lets you add a d6 or reroll. Which do you want to do?
I'd say reroll.
Reroll? Okay. White fate chip. Spent. That is a 5, which, let me bring up his sheet here, because I don't believe he has dodge, but just in case. He does not have dodge roll damage.
Yay.
That is 7 damage, which is enough to shake him, I believe. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, wait, it is, because you have AP2. He is wearing a thick leather coat. It appears to have been lined with some sort of bullet-resistant material, but not quite enough. He is shaken by that shot as it grazes his leg. Damn it! What the fuck?! And he is going to take his turn immediately after that. Because he has a Joker, and he's going to attempt to unshake. He has a +2 because of his Joker, which means he unshakes. He does not actually fail.
Alright.
And he draws his pistol and is going to shoot at Rook.
Sorry, what was that?
Rook, you're being shot at.
But it's in melee range.
It is in melee range, so it is against your parry rather than a flat DC.
Parry
of
is
4.
it 9 or is it 10 because of his? I guess he doesn't have his gun in hand.
You also don't have your shield,
This is true.
which I believe drops your parry down to 6.
True. 6. Oof. I did not mean to click that.
You didn't, but
Okay,
that
I
might
thought
be
that was
helpful later.
7, and I was a little.
He gets a 5, which I think means you avoid it.
Yeah, because 6.
He's not a wild card, as you may have noticed. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. +2 because of the Joker. He hits.
So rip.
So
What's
that is
damage then?
7. The damage is 7.
Sucked.
Yeah, your armor is much tougher than that.
Rook grunts slightly, but just like looks at the man. Really?
What the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's his turn, that's Crow's turn, Volunteer Militia turn, which means that the doors are being kicked open as people stream out from the buildings. These people have pistols. As they come out of the side buildings there, that is their action for this turn, is to get out into the open and start surveying the area. They will not be taking any actions at this moment. The two behind the cars, however, do have a target, and his name is Rook.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah.
group shot, isn't it?
Yes, it is a group shot. They're both going to shoot at you. Which is fun because it's technically a crossfire, which is silly. Let's see what happens. Dun-da-da! Add 2 to whatever result that is. Oh no.
Oh, that's fucked.
That is a success with a raise. Ooh!
Oh, God.
That's a 25. That's painful. Now, you are
Alright,
wearing
so-
Kevlar. You are wearing Kevlar. Kevlar reduces bullet damage by 4.
4.
Which means that drops that down to a 23. You have 11 toughness, which means... Yeah, you
Plus
have
bonus damage.
Or 25, 24. Okay,
yeah, 2
It's
bonus
22.
damage, because it had a raise. It had a raise.
okay.
Yeah. It drops it by 4, so it goes from a 27 down to a 23.
So, I have to soak this.
That might be a good idea. Let's see. Give me a second to count up how many raises this is, because 15 would be 1 raise. 19 would be 2, and 23 would be 3. So this would be a hit with 3 raises, which would be shaken and 3 wounds.
Which would put me down.
No, you have to take a 4th wound before you go down.
Okay.
You'd still be up, just badly, badly injured.
Yep.
Soaking is probably a good idea.
So yeah, soak.
Soak roll. Spend the fate chip, make the soak roll.
Yep. There's that. And I'm gonna add a d6
Dog,
to
calm
this.
down. Dog does not want to calm down. You're going to add a d6 to it, so you're going to spend both your fate chips for this.
I mean, this isn't gonna soak it enough.
Well, that will soak 1, which means you take 2, so yeah, that's fair, I guess. So, throw your red chip onto the table.
He can take 2 wounds.
Well,
You
that
don't
does-
have to. You can take one of my fate chips because I have a thing that lets you take them.
Yeah, you
Oh.
can communicate. You guys are within range for Touchstone to call out to Rook to let him know to, take cover or get down. So which fate chip would you like to give him?
I don't know what the different colors mean, but I'm guessing red are the good ones and blue
Red and
is-
Red
blue.
are the bad ones.
Red and blue are good because both let you add a d6. But if he uses a d6 to add a red one, I get to draw a fate chip. If he uses a blue, I don't get to draw a fate chip. Red and blue can also be used just to reroll stuff. If you want to just reroll, and then I don't get it no matter what color it is. But blue are the best, red are the second best, and
Yeah.
white are the common.
It doesn't matter if you do it now or later, so I don't see any downside to just using the blue one now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Fine,
you're
well,
going.
And if you spend more, he won't have him immediately, which is better.
All right, so you're spending a blue. You're throwing a blue chip to Rook. Rook, are you going to use that blue chip to add a d6?
A d6.
All right, roll exploding d6.
Ugh.
3. That brings you up to 10, which is enough to soak 2 wounds, which would leave you with shaken and 1 wound.
He'll leave it at that because I can't do anything else.
Well, you could spend another d6, but yes.
He'll
So
take the 2 wounds.
basically,
One
what
wound.
I do
One wound.
is I just yell, "Holy shit, he's shooting at you!"
Nice.
He's bam.
Rook takes 1 wound, not 2. It's 1.
Okay.
Yep. You're shaken and have 1 wound. And that's their turn, which means it is your turn. So roll a unshake. Roll to unshake. Yeah. Wild die got a 6. Hey, good on you. That means you unshake and you can act as normal.
So moving away from this man means
He could try and bash you with his gun, but like, he could try and punch you, I guess. But
he might have a knife.
he would have to draw the knife.
This is true.
He has not drawn the knife, so he can't attack with the knife if he has a knife.
I think Rook will move to get into cover over here.
Probably a good idea.
And then,
I warned you. I roll crit damage.
yeah, I know. And then use his, drawing his revolver shotgun revolver, whatever.
Shot Volver.
Who's the man that hit him?
You're not sure. It was a combination of these two. They both shot at you, and both like the different pellets hit in different areas, which is why it was more of a shock than normal.
He's gonna take out the one closest, or attempt to take out the one closest to Bishop, since he doesn't want anyone else being hit by a shotgun.
That's fair.
So he will. I didn't declare which order this was in, so it's probably all just buckshot.
You sure?
I mean, actually, he probably
Did you load your special bullets into the Winchester? Or?
no, because his baby is the revolver.
Right, of course. So how are you? What shot are you firing? Is it just a buckshot?
Actually, first shot is the killer, so it's probably the what was it called? Loaded for bear. So it's 3d8.
Okay. Loaded for bear. That is a hit with a raise. Jesus Christ, the man's dead. He's red misted all over the goddamn sidewalk.
And that's how you do it.
Ah!
Hit him and he hits twice as back. No, I messed that up. Well, he hits back
Yeah.
twice as hard. There you go.
Man goes flying backwards movie style as he's hit with a buckshot to the chest.
He hits your back twice.
He does, it's true. Those were your declared actions, you already moved. You can continue your move, because you can take an action between moving, so you do have another 3 inches to move. Inches being the units in this case. Because
The next one of the round is probably the
technically
curvy
it's 6
bullet.
yards. That's 6 yards, so yeah. Bishop, your turn.
How far can I move?
You can move up to your pace. Actually, Rook, I forgot your pace is reduced by 1 by that wound, so you actually have 5 you can move, but... you can move 6, Bishop.
Slightly too far away. Fuck. I guess I could run.
You can move there.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, the problem is I would like to be able to actually get in touching distance for Rook, but...
Yeah, not quite. Not quite.
Rook was here.
Yeah, you can... That's within your movement range.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Rook could have moved there. I was saying that you only have 5 movement right now, Rook.
Okay.
I slide into cover with just a little device on hand, place it on his back leg, and activate deflection on him and myself.
Deflection, make your roll, and spend your points.
Alright. What exactly would that be here? 3 plus 1, so 4. Yep.
That is a 7, which is not a success with a raise, but is a success, meaning every attack against you guys is at a -2.
Nice.
Every attack through cover at you is at a -4 now, so very nice. Good roll, and touchstone. It's on you.
Alright. How does running work?
You roll your run die, which in your case, because you don't have fleet-footed, is a d6. You add that to the number of squares you can move in that turn. It also gives you -2 if you take another action during that turn, but
Can you just keep running, like run and then run again?
no. Well, only 1 run per turn.
Okay. I'm
So
going
not nearly
to
enough. You would be in
try to... Well... It's minus what to whatever else you do?
It's at a -2 to whatever you attempt to do, besides running. And remember, you do need to roll your run die, which is a d6, doesn't explode, and that adds to your pace. So you have 6. If you roll a 6, you can move up to 12 squares. If you roll a 1, you can only move 7.
Okay, I'm gonna start running this way and say, holy shit, that dude got his head blown off! Help me get in that building, I don't want to fucking die! Trying to convince these dudes I'm just some rando.
You're trying to convince them you're a civilian. Okay, roll persuade. Let me check their stat real quick. Yeah. You've successfully convinced them. They do not see you as a threat at the moment. However, they do see Crow as a threat, so take that as you will.
That's fine, as long as I'm not
as long as it's not touchstone, am I right?
Yeah.
Crow, I forgot to ask, did you go prone when you took your shot, or are you just standing in the middle of the standing out in the open?
I took a knee.
Okay. I'm not going to count that as prone, but yeah. And next turn... Touchstone, you get to continue your actions. What do you want to do here?
He's gonna say, the most irrational thing that a civilian can do in this situation. Oh, that's a cop car, I'll be safe inside there! And I'm gonna start running towards the cop car.
Okay. you have any other actions you want to do, or are you going to roll run die, or what's up?
I'll just roll a 1 die.
Okay. Roll it.
Uh,
Just slash roll d6. You can also click on, I think, the roll thing on your sheet, but I don't know how well that works. It just has like a little running man.
oh, there we go. Aha!
1 d6. 1. Haha! You did it! Nice job.
You trip, fall, and die because this is blood.
You rolled a 1, you trip, you fall, and you break your neck. Right, so that's your turn. And now it's the sheriff's turn, who nobody even asked the name of. Rest in peace.
Rip Sheriff.
Rip Sheriff. He is going to slide across the hood of the car, and crouching behind it, he's going to take a shot at Rook.
Oh, thank God, a sheriff! Help me out!
Rook, this is
I
at a
assume this
minus...
would count as like half cover.
Yes, like I said, this is at a -4 against Rook right now. So that is... with a -4, that is a 4, which is a hit. 4... Wow, what the fuck?
Tony, what the fuck?
I'm sorry!
Can we roll that?
You don't have a K... You don't have a legend chip.
I know I don't.
I'm sorry.
So,
I'll tell you
I
what.
have
Because I've rolled 25 damage against you twice, in 2 attacks, I'm gonna throw you a fate chip.
Gee, thanks. So it's a blue one.
It's a blue one. Use it however you'd like.
Alright, cool. I'm gonna use this red one to actually
soak?
I'm gonna soak first, so use the red to soak.
Use the red to soak. Gotcha.
I'll throw you a white. Wait, can you soak with a white?
You can, yes. You can use white for soaks, unshakes, and
I'll still
rerolls.
take the white.
Yeah.
I'll still use the red for the soak.
Well, you should use the white for the soak.
Fine, I'll use the white for the soak.
Yeah, white for the soak, and then you have a red and a blue. Roll your soak.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
You're gonna re-roll that with the red.
Actually, excuse me. I'm going to roll a d6 with the blue. And
the blue.
re-rolling with the red doesn't.
You would re-roll
Roll
the
a negative,
d6.
right?
You would re-roll the d6 if you'd like. Yeah.
Yeah, as well
But-
as the first one, right?
Right. Yeah. So add a d6 with the blue. Okay, that brings you up to 7. Would you like
No,
to re-roll your soak roll?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
re-roll with the red.
Okay.
So that is soak. Nice.
Ah, there.
Much better. Much better now.
And then
okay.
D6.
That's
that
4
is-
successes.
That is yes. It is a success with 3 raises, meaning you would soak 4 wounds, which you only took 3, so you completely negate this. Rook, you see this bullet coming straight towards your face, and you just move slightly to the side and glances against the motorcycle helmet. You know that little piece on the front that's meant for breathing?
Yeah.
It catches in that and stops, knocking your head back a little, but you catch yourself, and it's a
He
good thing.
growls angrily and looks at the man. Oh, you're next.
That little piece right there saved your life.
Fuck.
I'm sorry.
Why me? Why me?
I'm sorry. I told you I roll really high on damage.
Stop doing that.
Bishop, your turn.
Well, peek around, or, peek above the car. Aim towards the guy with a shotgun, considering the sheriff ain't doing jack shit so far.
Oh no, the sheriff just shot Rook in the face.
I guess he did, but he didn't do any damage yet to anyone.
Excuse me.
Rook caught it. He's fine.
Rook caught it with his face.
Yeah, he's fine.
Besides, he's in really bad cover for Crow, who has to take a moment to... whatever.
Yeah.
Still, this guy's not in cover right now. I'd like to aim towards him.
Go for it.
Fair enough.
That is a hit. Roll damage.
Something... Oh, wait, no,
You just
Alright,
clicked the wrong
okay.
thing. It's fine. You can click it again, you can hit roll damage, it's fine. That is 5, which I don't...
Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, that is... It is enough to shake him.
At least there's that.
It is enough to shake him, so he is shaken. Alright, Rook.
Oh my god. Rook is going to attempt to cast protection and then fire at the sheriff.
Okay, so both of these would be at a -2 if you do that.
Yeah.
Alright. Spend your points, make your roll, then make your other roll.
That's unfortunate.
-2 on that is a 2, sadly.
And I don't have anything else to reroll, so...
Yep.
This is at a +2 because of the, Actually, this one's the curving one. So this is a slug.
This is a slug, okay. And it negates his cover bonus that he'd have against you. So this is just at a -3, 1 from your wounds and 2 from cover, and 2 from multi-action. So -2 on that gives you a 4, which is a hit roll damage. Because this is the bullet that curves.
Yeah.
13 damage. I'll be honest, this sheriff has done some good shit. I'm gonna spend a fate chip for him to try and soak.
No!
He fails.
Yes!
He fails, and he is killed by that bullet as Rook points it at him, and he ducks behind the car, expecting that to protect him, and Rook just aims to the left, fires, and it just turns in the air and flies straight into him.
Fucking bitch.
Oh shit, he just killed a sheriff!
I really like this act that he's playing up here. It's pretty good. Crow.
I would actually aim for the guy closest to me, and
You do not have... The rifle is not reloaded, so you need to spend an action to reload, which will give you a -2 on your shot. If you would like to shoot him with your Colt Peacemaker, you do have that.
I would like to do that.
Alright then, roll your Colt.
Roll for occult knowledge.
Roll for Colt Knowledge. That... You don't have trademark weapon with that, so that is a 4, but it's still a hit. Roll damage.
Sorry about that.
Man dead.
Nice.
Yeah?
Use the rest of my turn to reload the other gun.
No, you have to declare that at the start of the round, and it gives you a -2 on your other rolls because it's another action. You can
okay.
move though.
I would like to.
If you want to like get behind cover of the lamppost or something.
Yeah, get behind the lamppost.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Volunteer militia time. All right. So Rook just got shot in the face and growled. So this guy's not exactly happy about that. But first, let's see if he unshakes. Isn't this the game where getting shot once either kills your character or sends them to the hospital for months? Sometimes.
Rook waves.
He has failed to unshake, so he's gonna move behind cover back here because he's not feeling so good. This man just saw on the south just saw his friend get shot down. He's not feeling too good about that. He's gonna take a shot with his Glock at Crow.
Oh no.
That's a hit with a raise
Oh.
for 9 damage.
Okay, it's not too bad.
Could,
How did they get the piddly damage?
Crow, you take 9. Your toughness is a 6, I believe. Yeah, your toughness is 6. Means that it's just a shake result, which means you're shaken.
Oh, didn't mean to roll that. Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you're shaken. That just means that you have to unshake before you can take any actions. Yeah, that's that guy. This guy's also going to, let's see, how far can he get? He can get to here, and he's also going to take a shot at Crow. That is not a group check, so he misses. And this guy is going to, I'd say try and help the sheriff, but he sees that the man's head is just kind of caved in with a bullet. So he's going to take a shot at Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
And miss.
He shoots my double. It's fine.
No, he hits the
body
cop
double.
car. He doesn't even make it to the double. All right, next round. Let's see what the initiative is.
Oh.
Bishop, you're up first.
That man's dead. He is not an initiative anymore.
Well, he still is, but it doesn't matter. I'll take him out for you.
Thank you.
With this many gunshots, I don't think an explosion's too. Actually, I don't want to destroy evidence. Never mind. The sheriff might have something useful. I don't want to damage it, so we'll toss that aside for now.
It explodes next to you.
Not yet.
Did you cook a grenade?
Let's see. No, I can trust Rook to deal with this, so... Can I move directly up to here? Like, slide on... or climb up on top and jump over?
But why?
You can.
Would that be able to be close enough to count as cornering when aiming towards this guy, or is it still cover?
No, you would need to be 1 square closer, so it would still be half cover.
Alright, he's at -2 right now, so, oh well, fuck it. Aim
with
towards
a
the
harder
same
gun?
guy who's shaken. Actually, no, he's already shaken, so I'd rather shoot at the other guy.
Well, if you hit the shaken guy and you do enough damage to shake him again, he dies.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yep, 2 results of shaken is 1 wound.
Alright, quick question. How about from here? Or is that still... Yeah, it's still gonna be cover if that wasn't so.
No, that's far enough to the right. The problem is that this corner of the car, like, it's angled like this, right? So from here you have a clear line. Like, from out here you have a clear line, but from right here you don't. See what I mean? You go through the corner of the car from here, you don't go through the corner of the car from out here.
Well, I can do this then, because I have 6 feet of movement.
Yeah, well, yeah, 6 inches, which is 12 yards, so yes.
I see, the problem is I'm thinking of XCOM, where it's like, if you move someone out and shoot, they're staying there.
Right, yeah, no, you can move after you shoot. You can move after you shoot, so you could take your shot
You
from
can
there.
move here, shoot, and then move back too.
Yeah, no, that's his idea, I think, is to move back behind cover, so.
Yeah.
You can move out there and you can take your shot. That is a 6, which is a hit, roll damage. He's dead. Very nice. And you're still in cover. Crow, you're shaken. You need to roll to unshake.
Oh, I thought you did that.
Roll to unshake.
I pressed the button for. Oh, never mind.
You click
Never
unshake.
mind.
Yeah. You got a 9, so you succeed. You can now act as normal.
And I want to shoot at the guy that is still alive, right next to the guy that he killed.
Okay.
My,
Take your shot. With your Colt.
Yes.
Go ahead. That's an 8. That's a hit with a raise. Roll damage. That would not normally kill him, but because it was a hit with a raise where you had 6 and 8, you kill him. Very nicely done. Would you like to move, or are you gonna stay there?
Can I hide behind the bodies for cover?
No. No, that's not how that works.
Then
You don't have a pile of 200 or so bodies. You need more.
I'll just move a little bit closer to how many spaces is gonna move at the
You can move 6.
Okay. I'll move right next to the dead bodies.
Okay.
That's all.
Fantastic. Rook, you're up next.
Rook will slide across the... I guess it's the bonnet of this car.
Yeah.
Land about right here. And we'll fire at the man across from him.
Gotcha.
Assumedly has cover, yeah?
Yes. You're using buckshot, I assume, though, so...
Yep. Since that's all he has left in...
Yep. It cancels out, so it's a flat roll. In fact, it's a trademark weapon, isn't it? So...
It is.
Yeah, so that wound would even cancel out, so roll damage. 12.
That's supposed to be 3d6, excuse me.
3d6? Okay, roll 3d6 exploding real quick.
Yeah. Unfortunate, but I'd rather have it right than wrong.
He's shaken. Touchstone.
Alright, so, I would have the drop on anyone that I would attack, right?
At this moment, yes, because they assume you're a civilian.
Okay. I'm gonna move over here, screaming, "Oh my god, it's murder everywhere, I'm gonna die!" And as I do that, I'm going to just, like, flex my wrist out, have the razor wire come out, and just go to, strangle this man.
Yeah, go
Oh
for
my
it.
God.
You have a plus 4 to your attack and damage.
Alright. I think I added them in correctly.
10 to hit. His parry is not 10, that's for sure. It is a hit with a raise, so roll damage,
Nice.
and he's dead.
Fucking strangle the motherfucker.
Basically, Touchstone just runs up with his razor wire, flicks it out, it sort of like tears into the man, then he pulls it, and the guy just like clutches his throat and chest and just falls to the ground, tied up and bleeding from razor wire.
I just look to the last man. Oh no, everyone's dying around us.
The dude's shaking, so let's see if he unshakes. He does.
Oh no!
Man unshakes real hard. He has that adrenaline pumping. And oh, you are just within short range.
Whatever it is, it probably hits.
Well, let's see. Because this is the man with the shotgun.
I thought that was this one.
Oh no, you're right. No, this is the guy with the pistol. You're right.
It is a pistol. It's
Yeah,
okay.
It's still
okay.
just within short range.
Oh no.
That's it with the raise.
I feel like it's more than one raise.
It doesn't matter. Only one raise matters for me. That is 11 damage. 11 damage.
I don't know how much health I have effectively. Or
What's
how
your
much
toughness? Yeah, what's your toughness?
4.
4. So, that means that 11 damage is a hit with 1 raise, and not 2, because that would be 12.
Do you have any armor?
He doesn't.
No.
So it is a hit with 1 raise, which means you would be shaken and take 1 wound. You can spend a fate chip to make a vigor roll to try and soak that. Otherwise, 1 wound is 1 wound, which gives you a -1. Which gives you a -1 on basically every check you make.
Yeah, I'll just take it.
You'll just take 1 wound.
Yep.
All right. The bullet comes flying in and grazes across your lower stomach. It makes a pretty nasty cut, and it's gonna mess you up a little bit, but it's not gonna cause any long-term effects. Hopefully.
I just looked down at it. There's like just the smallest hint of fire that's coming up around it. This is my favorite suit.
All right.
Oh.
Oh man.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna roll a d2 here. That's Rook. He's gonna shoot at Rook. That's not a hit. He's panicking. He didn't hit. Rook.
We're just gonna slide over the side of the car and attempt to like just grab his face and then slam it into the ground.
Unarmed.
Yep. Oh.
It is a shame, however, that you missed. So yeah, his parry is not 4. Basically, you come sliding over the car, and as you're about to get a good hold of him, you feel that pain from the earlier shotgun shot on your arm, and you just like lose your grip a little bit as you land. So he's able to slip away.
Going for you.
Oh Jesus, what the fuck are you, man?
Your worst nightmare, boy.
Bishop.
So he's pretty spooked, right?
Yeah, pretty much. He's pretty spooked.
I'm gonna jump on top of the car, point the gun towards him, unfold the flame barrel. Can I, like, basically make a little bit of flame come out of it?
Okay. What are you trying to do with that?
Basically just point towards him. Drop the gun, now!
Alright, roll Intimidate.
Oh.
Whew. Now, this is opposed, but...
Oh my god.
Fuck you, man! Killed the sheriff!
I assume I can't,
No.
take any actions because I didn't specify at the start.
No, you cannot. Crow. Your turn.
Crow's gonna reload.
That being said, I can jump down.
Yeah.
Crow's gonna reload the
Yep.
rifle.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and move here.
Okay.
And that'll end my turn.
Gotcha. Touchstone.
I mean, I could feasibly run and get this.
Yes. In fact, it's actually pretty likely you reach him with a run.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
Hey!
That's 7.
Hey.
That's, I don't know why. It apparently rolled 5 plus 2 for some reason. You rolled a 2.
Total of 7.
Yeah. Well, no, because his pay... Oh, yeah, no, because he has one wound. Right. So that is a total of 7. So you can get to there.
Okay. Oh... I'm gonna run inside. I don't want to get shot again.
Reasonable. Next round.
Come on. Redemption? No!
First up is Touchstone, who just ran inside.
You guys can do it. I believe in you.
Is that all you're doing?
Pretty much.
Roll Persuade. Rook, you get a +2 on your next action. Rook.
Rook is going to holster his revolver and punch the man twice, one with each hand. Is like left, right.
Gotcha. Make your rolls. You have a +2 on your first one.
Alright.
Though you're making 2 attacks, so the second one will be at a -2.
Yeah.
An 8 is a hit, not with a raise though. Roll damage. Second one misses. Doesn't matter. You knock the man
Doesn't matter.
clean
Just
out.
clocks him.
You knock him clean out, and if you weren't holding back, you probably broke something important.
He probably broke something important anyways, but he's not trying to kill him. Not this one anyway.
You're not trying to kill him? Okay, so he's not actually dead. He's just unconscious.
Yeah.
Because it'd be nice to know if they're directly connected to Mr. Abernathy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh.
However, that is the end of this combat.
I'm gonna come back out of the building, just like straightening up my suit, trying to hide the gunshot wound the best I can.
Of course, you do have healing if you want to roll that.
Yeah. Okay, first things first, we should kill him.
Alright, first things first, we need information, then we can kill him.
Okay, that works out
What's
too.
going on? I'm just starting to search the sheriff.
Roll research.
Research, eh?
You have research?
Apparently I don't.
No.
I have science. And
Yeah, you can
common
roll.
knowledge.
Now, this is okay for you though, because you can roll notice at a -2 for this, but with your alertness +2, it just means it becomes a natural roll. So you can roll notice, and it will be a flat roll for you. Which does mean you got a 3.
Yeah,
5?
I marked that as 0. I guess it didn't go through.
Yeah, it doesn't sometimes, but you got a 3, which you don't find much of note. You do find his .44 revolver and a boot knife, though.
I'm leaving it there.
Takes revolver.
That's what he shot you in the face with.
Yeah, he's keeping that.
I
Bro,
want to
you
take
ain't
out my
shooting
med.
no one yet.
You're gonna take out your med kit? Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna Zelt patch myself up.
Alright, make your healing roll.
Alright. That will have... This has an extra +1 on top. Oh.
Jesus.
You heal. You're fine. The wound
He
is
just
still
like, looks over.
the wound
Yeah,
is still
can I get one of those?
the wound is still there. Don't get me wrong. The wound is still there, but after wrapping it and just, basically like pseudo stitching it together, you can tell, maybe this would have left a scar if you left it alone, but it's going to be fine now. It'll be fine.
Can I fix my suit up with, like, the rest of the time for that?
Sure.
Thank you.
Can I get one of those?
You look at Rook and you see that the Kevlar is sort of shredded a little bit on his lower midsection with a little bit of blood leaking out.
Yeah.
May or may not
There
have
you
been
go.
shot multiple times. Usual.
I'm gonna use another use of it to give it another +1.
Gotcha. That's a 12. That is a success with a raise, which means Rook, you're perfectly healed as well.
Yay! No,
Touchstone just, kneels down, takes a look, pulls out some tweezers, pulls out tiny little pieces of buckshot that got mostly stopped. You're just surface level wounds, Rook. You're fine.
nice.
I'd like to take the guy's shoes off and
Why?
toss them away.
The
But
hell
why?
are you doing?
Crow, stop being weird. Let me patch you up.
Did you get
Look.
shot?
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
shot.
Hmm. Damn.
But I'm gonna take his shoes off because she shot at me.
I'm
Somebody.
gonna shoot you in a second.
Well, look, just for that, I'm not using the med kit.
I don't think Crow is actually wounded. He just got shaken.
He was
Oh.
shaking.
Okay,
Yeah.
never mind.
Either way, you would have healed him, but he was
Yeah.
just shaken. He was not actually wounded. The bullet didn't do any damage.
Rook
So-
will Rook would like to unarm this guy. In fact, I think Rook is going to go collect the bodies because he's the strongest out of the group.
Okay?
While someone else interrogates this man, he just puts some rope on the hood of the car, someone tie him up
Okay?
before collecting the other bodies and putting them in this car.
Yeah, okay, you just let the bodies stack up in this car, yes.
Yep.
I'm
Rook.
investigating the place that the others were hiding in.
Yeah, roll research again. This one would actually be research, so it would be unskilled for you.
Can Crow take one of the shotguns
Wow,
from
okay.
inside the
Impressive.
Can Crow take one of the shotguns from inside the police cars?
Yes, they are standard pump-action shotguns. They look to be civilian models.
Then Crow would take one of them from inside the police car, and any and all ammo that's inside.
There's no ammo inside the police car. These people appear to have brought them with them, and on them, each of them have like 4 or 5 extra shells, and the load that's left in the shotgun. So, a total of around 14 shells.
Alright, so Crow's gonna go around collecting those shells then.
Okay.
Was it touchdown?
Rook, check and see if there's any riot shields anywhere. If not, just like pull off the hood of a car or something.
Honestly, yeah, that's fair. Rook will look and see if they have any riot shields.
Not in the cars, no. Sorry.
Aww.
Bishop, in that building, you don't find anything particular, but you do find that these guys appear to have been set up here for about maybe 30 minutes, based on what you can determine, maybe a little longer.
That was before we even arrived in the first place, right?
No, actually, it's about the time that you left the church.
Mm-hmm.
So it appears these people set up really quickly after somebody had reported something about that. So it appears people are moving very quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out and it's like, yep, as I suspected, they were protecting Abernathy immediately after we left the church.
Makes sense.
I'm
Which
gonna tie
also
this
means
guy
someone
up.
in there ratted us out.
Yeah, Rook just put some nylon rope on the hood for other people to use. While
Yeah, I tie him up much like a deer on the head.
As one does.
Do I have a quick way to call in that cleanup crew?
Not exactly, but you do have a radio
Whatever.
to at least report the situation.
I'll do so and just say there's been a situation that needs someone
Cleaning.
to take care of.
Code work.
You get a response from Melissa because she's the one who has the longer wave, long distance radio that can actually contact base. You can just contact the van and she can relay things. You get a response back from her that says, yeah, we picked up something about that a little while ago. Supposedly the area you guys are in was evacuated. They said it was some sort of utility error.
Utility error?
Yeah, something like a gas or electric line or something.
Huh.
Moved everyone out of there. Nobody probably heard it. I think you got time.
This guy has a lot of influence, though.
I don't know.
Anyways, that's all. I just wanted to report. So
Yeah, I'll send it back. I'll send word.
I'll, put away the radio and look back towards the guy that's about ready to be
Kind of like a deer.
interrogated.
Right. He's unconscious, but you guys can wake him up.
That being
We're
said,
probably,
I
like,
actually
uses
need
the-
to, I need to go get dinner, so
Right,
back
yeah.
in a bit.
No problem. Who wants to interrogate this guy while Bishop's gone talking to Alyssa?
Oh my god, Rook does.
I do.
Okay,
Rook
so
shoots him.
the two crazy people are going to interrogate the man.
Hey, touchdown.
While this
You
is
good with
happening, yeah, I'm gonna just like shift through the bodies as I also go grab dinner.
Roll
Oh,
before
fair
you
enough.
go. Roll research or notice at a -2 if you don't have research.
Notice with -2, 3.
3. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame.
Unfortunate, but understandable.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Rook isn't crazy, I'll have you know.
Well, anyway, guy
He's
wakes
just
up.
not a very happy man.
Anyway, the guy wakes up and he's a little groggy. You know, he has this bruise over the left-hand side of his face. Or no, sorry, right hand. You hit him with the left. You hit him with the left first. So he has this bruise over the right-hand side of his face, and just really groggy. What the fuck happened?
Morning, sunshine.
The fuck?
So I've got a few questions for you.
I bet you I got more.
Where's Abernathy?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. Rook would like to break one of his fingers.
Jesus. Okay.
We'll start with the pinky.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. Fuck. Roll unarmed damage.
Just damage?
Just damage.
You
can just click the roll to attack, and then you can
Yeah.
roll the damage. Yeah. Fine.
Fist. Damage. Whoa.
Give me a second. Yeah. No. He screams out in pain. He's not happy about that. That's for sure.
As I was saying, where's Abernathy?
It's at the fucking lounge, man. I thought you knew that.
I just like making sure.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Oh, nothing. Though, you ain't looking too pretty, buddy.
Yeah, neither are you, fucker.
I think Rook just knocks him out then. He doesn't need anything else.
Fair enough.
That's literally all he wanted.
Fair enough. Dude goes out like a light.
Crow looks at us like, hey, I didn't give me a chance yet.
Well, if you want someone else, you can wake him again.
No, he's not waking up for a little while.
Crow looks around. Is there any bottled water around there?
No.
Or any water?
No?
No, you're in the middle of a street.
You can piss on him?
No.
Are there any liquids around? Any chance?
There's gasoline in the cars.
There's a soda in the police car.
Crow gets the soda, starts pouring it on top of him.
He doesn't wake up.
I don't think you understand. Rook, like, knocked him the fuck out.
Dude has a serious concussion. He's not waking up for
yeah.
a while. Like, he might never wake up.
That poor man. That poor man.
Really? Now you're sympathetic.
Me? Yes. Rook? No.
No, of course not. I get it. So,
Rook is a fucking...
you guys now know for sure that Abernathy is at the Midnight Lounge. Is there anything else you're doing while you're here, in this area?
Crow would like to shoot the guy.
You're just gonna execute him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could use him for D-class. If he wakes up.
We can use him for D-class. Bro's revolver hammer clicks.
T-Class?
Roll
You mean-
damage, I guess. I mean,
I swear if you rolled it... Okay. You
I would have loved if you rolled below the toughness. And didn't
I
kill him.
know, I really was hoping for it, just like shoots him, but it doesn't really do anything.
Alright, you just executed a helpless man who had been bound and knocked out. Good job.
Thank you.
So, I was gonna spare him for... You know what, never mind. Just, like, collects his rope, just rolls the body where the other ones are.
Oh, he was gonna end up just like the others, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's gonna be more useful as a test subject or something than just a corpse.
Well,
It's true.
we're all gonna-
It's true. Bringing people back for test subjects is more useful.
Oh, he'll be a dead test subject now.
You're gonna be a test subject soon, fucking enough.
I've been at a few test subjects before. I know it's
Yeah, I'm sure.
Dark?
We'll... Rook will reload his revolver. Begrudgingly, he's like, a little angrily, he's like...
In what order?
I think he's gonna load slugs.
All slugs, okay.
Yeah, all slugs.
All slugs.
Crow's gonna reload his revolver too while he's at it.
Fuck you.
In what configuration? All regular bullets? Because that's all you have.
Not regular bullets.
Fantastic. We're waiting for the other two to get dinner. Did you guys want to search the bodies as well?
Sure.
Like I
Crow's
said,
gonna search the cars a little bit more for more weapons.
yeah, while searching these things, roll research, which, or notice at a -2.
Let's see.
Whee!
That's pretty good.
That's pretty horrible.
Crow, you don't find anything interesting. Rook, on the other hand, you, decide, you know what? This detective guy probably knew something, didn't he? Maybe. So you check through his pockets, you check his inner pockets, you look around and try and figure out, you know, what did this guy have that,
Checks if he has any fake teeth.
Yeah, exactly. Why was he out here? How did he know we were coming this way? And eventually, you go back to those shoes that Crow tossed away.
Oh my god.
And in the bottom of one of those shoes is actually a false heel that has a pager on it. It has a pager in it. And taking a look at that, you see a message from there that just says it just says a few simple things. I'm trying to figure out how it would be displayed at pager text, right? Because it's basically a text message, essentially.
Yeah.
Halt their investigations, any means necessary. We'll deal with the cleanup. Abernathy.
Rook will toss the pager to Bishop, since I see that they're moving it once again.
So, kind of get a feeling for what happened based on these rolls and an extra dead body.
Well, Rook got the information he wanted, and that Abernathy was at the Midnight Lounge after breaking a finger. And Crow decided, yeah, sure, that's pretty good, but what if this guy was dead instead? So he shot him in the head.
What about D-Class or...
That was
Yeah, that's
Rook's
what I was
their
saying.
mind?
That was Rook's suggestion.
Rook would also like to mention that the shoes that Crow tossed away actually had useful information, and tossing them away was not helpful in the slightest.
Yep. There was a pager in the bottom of one of the sheriff's shoes.
Hi, dogs.
I'm
And
not sure
Rook
why
also
dog likes
tossed that
bark.
pager to Bishop. Here, have fun.
Yep. It appears to be the sheriff's pager. And it has a message from Abernathy telling him to stop the investigations.
Probably a good idea to completely surround the area to make sure he can't leave. Specifically talking about the Midnight Lounge.
I mean, yeah, but...
And we need to do this delicately because I doubt that these are the most of his forces.
Oh, and Rook, just as a note here, you got a 9 on that, you got a 9 on an unskilled check that everyone else failed, and Crow made harder for everyone, so I'm gonna give you a fate chip, buddy. Here you go.
Awesome, very cool.
I appreciate your perseverance.
It's a blue one, too. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then.
Uh,
Also, did Rook get healed?
Rook did,
Yeah, Rook
yes.
got
Everyone's full health right now. Everyone's been cured of their wounds for the time being.
for
A lot
now.
of fate chips, though.
You guys are running a little low on fate chips.
Are there any possible back alley routes that we could take to get closer to the Midnight Lounge?
Interestingly enough, no. The Midnight Lounge is actually sandwiched in between two buildings. There are no alleyways around it.
Hmm.
It's almost like they planned it all along.
But what about from above?
I don't know how you
Rook
plan to
jet
get
boots.
through. I don't know how you plan to get through the roof, but there is a roof.
Rook can just punch it. It's fine.
It's a slanted roof. Welcome back, Klaus. Rook found a pager in the sheriff's shoes. Crow executed a man in cold blood.
I think it's fine.
I mean, we couldn't leave him alive, so.
We could have used him as D-Class.
Could have brought him back for a D class, yeah.
Yeah, there's no need to kill prisoners, just a note for the future. In fact,
Oh,
the more
that's a good point.
D-Class we send them, the better.
Yeah, because that means they won't take any of you for test subjects, Crow.
Get him out of here. D-Class for him.
Back to
Can
D
we all
class
just like
for
put in a
Crow.
recommendation for Crow to go to D class after this?
Rook will also sign it.
Maybe someday. But for now, what's your plan for dealing with the Midnight Lounge?
Well, at the very least, I feel like if we went from on top of the rooftops, it would be slightly harder to notice us. But they
Bro.
kind of already did, so at least
You
it's not
also
over.
did just get into a gunfight about a street and a half away.
Yeah.
I mean, but they expected the gunfight, didn't they?
Well, the sheriff did tell you to come with him quietly.
Meh.
So, my thought is, same as before. Crow and Bishop try to find an away from above. Me and Rook try to do our best to casually go in. But then again,
You're not
Casually?
You're not
No.
casually going in.
There ain't no
Disregard
more
that idea
casual
now.
about that.
huh,
We've been blown.
Now, do we all want to go the same direction or split up?
We should probably have someone covering the back, just in case.
I'll do that.
Yep, Crow, you're
Yeah,
with
you
me
have
on
fun
the
with that.
rooftops.
Give him the grapple gun or something.
Well, I'll take out my grapple gun. Can I use that to
Rook
support two
hands you the
people
grapple
by...
gun.
No, I have it.
Do you?
Wait. No, maybe for the grapple gun I don't. No, I
Yeah,
do.
the
Grapple gun
maybe.
weighs like 10. I think Rook needs to carry it for you.
Yeah, Rook has the
Yeah.
grapple gun because
Okay.
I have fucking something that weighs 10 is just like someone else's shit.
Yeah.
Actually, what is Crow's shooting roll? Is it a D8?
It's let me check.
Pretty sure it's a D8.
I'm pretty sure it is.
It's a D8.
Then actually the best person to shoot it would be Crow.
I have a D8 in shooting. Fuck you.
You do? Well,
Yes.
then you should do it.
I'm not going over there. Fuck him.
Alright.
Alright, then Crow.
Rook's over here is like,
Now, I should mention, it is not a flat roof. It is a slanted roof covered in snow and ice.
So it's a
Good luck.
difficult one.
I'll take. So, I'd have to aim for it, right?
Yeah, you'd have to make a
just set the
shooting
building
roll.
on fire. Smoke him out.
Yep, just a flat shooting roll.
I mean, we're also not over there. Okay.
Not
No,
a
you
flat
guys- you
shooting
guys can-
roll, so that's a 12, but
Yeah, that should be a 12, but it is still a success with 2 raises, which is enough to hook the grapple onto the roof. Somehow.
Get some really good ice.
Apparently.
Get some chimney or something. I don't know. Look good.
So after a little while, you thread it through so that it can actually be used as a climbing space, essentially. So, you can climb to the roof using athletics now.
Oh my god, he has no athletics, does he?
Everyone gets a little bit of athletics for free.
Yeah, I have athletics.
A 4. You're on the roof. Bishop, are you going up there?
very, very carefully. Oh, very carefully.
Clearly, you're doing a
Neil.
very good job. Bishop, you're stable. Crow, I need you to make an agility roll.
Agility.
Agility. Hey, you got a 4. That means you don't slip and fall off the roof. That's useful.
To your death.
Yay.
Don't you know that falling damage is the most dangerous kind of damage?
Kind of is. Anyway, so you guys are on the roof now. Rook and Touchstone, you're still standing up front.
So, I have half a mind to just kick open this door, but I also don't want to do that without, backup. And considering that they're on the roof, they're gonna be getting down here too quickly.
Yeah, I'll be down here with you.
Yeah.
Just let me know just before you
Kick open the door.
Yeah, I'll do a
Yeah,
thing.
sure.
Don't worry.
I ain't doing that just yet, unless they're done faffing about up there. What y'all doing up there anyways?
Looking for a different entry route than the front door?
Is there a back door?
No.
There's always the back door.
No.
There's no back door?
No, there aren't.
Are there windows?
No.
Is there
Yeah.
a front door?
Yes.
How reinforced is the front door?
It's a wooden double door.
Okay.
Now, I would like to emphasize, yes, there is literally only one natural entrance to this building.
So we can't drop in from the roof.
You're welcome to try and make another entrance wherever you'd like.
I think
But
we should Kool-Aid ban this.
Rook just looks at the man and is like, I ain't that strong.
So I assume the roof would go into an attic area?
yeah, no, like I said, it's just a slanted roof. There might be like rafters or a loft or something, but this is a 1-story building with a slanted triangle roof.
Do you have any grenades?
I have...
Oh, he can blow the
Yes.
roof open. He has a thing that lets him blow the roof open.
In fact, I could teleport it into the, underside of the roof and blow it open from there.
Do it!
Which is what I'm planning on doing. I just want to wait a little minute till we're all ready.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yes.
Okay. That would take a teleport and a blast roll. Or, well, I guess it would just take a blast roll, but, yeah. It would just be a flavored blast roll.
Yep.
Yeah.
But once we're all ready, I'm going to do that.
Alright, so Rook, what are you doing?
Rook is taking position by the door.
So when you hear the explosion, you're kicking the door open.
Probably.
And when I hear the explosion, I am going to cast speed on me and him.
Okay, good.
Also, just
Actually, hold on. Rook is going to try and activate protection and smite.
Protection and
Protection.
smite.
Yeah.
So-
because they both last a minute, right?
No.
Oh right, shit. They last not that long.
They last like 5 rounds. I will note.
Rook will
I will
activate
note.
protection then.
I will note, however, smite can be cast as a free action when you're shooting your gun.
Okay, then protection it is.
That is one of the
So-
benefits of being a hexslinger.
Before the explosion goes off, I do have a question about
Ooh,
physics.
that's a
and
success
the
with the
like.
raise.
It gives me 4 then.
4 armor. Yep. What is your question?
If I were to concentrate it into a small blast, would that potentially make it so we couldn't enter?
There is more than enough room to enter. If you use it. Small burst template is 4 yards across.
Then yeah, I want to concentrate it into a small blast, so it's not just, gonna fling us off of the roof.
Right.
Hopefully.
So Rook.
Also, be sure to fucking brace yourself.
So Rook spins his pistol, and as he does, the runes on his revolver begin to light up and glow with an unearthly energy. What color energy does Rook use?
It's red. It's a deep crimson
Deep
red.
crimson red runes light up on his revolver as he spins it in his hand. Bishop, make your weird science blast roll.
Alright. Let me just make sure, yeah, that should all be as is, so.
Nice.
You get backlash, I believe. Yes. You get backlash, which basically means this is going to shake you for the start of this combat, but on your turn you can attempt to unshake, because this will kind of start a combat. We'll see about it, but we'll see. We'll see. But you're blowing open a roof, so... Great. That is a success with a raise, though, so you do roll damage.
Alright.
Because they killed everyone, Gerald. Blast, that is a 13, which is good enough to blow open the roof in a spray of fire and light and rubble. Touchstone, you wanted to cast speed.
Yes.
Make your roll.
I'm going to have it be additional recipient, so it's affecting myself as well.
Mm-hmm. Are you
As
gonna
well
add quickness?
as have quickness.
Great. Which reduces
So
your
that will-
multi-action penalty by 1 stage, so you can take 2 actions with no penalty per turn.
And that is a total of 5 used.
Yep, make your roll.
Oh, I have to roll.
You have to roll.
Wait, why does that say damage instead of cast?
I don't know. It should say cast. Let me check it for you. Yeah, that says damage. I'm not sure why. That should say skill only.
Aha.
Faith. Good. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's a
God.
failure, though.
Reroll?
That is...
You may want to
I mean,
reroll.
I only have red things if people are okay with me using a red.
Yeah, you
Well,
can reroll.
When you
with a red.
reroll the red, it doesn't go to me. Using it like a white fate chip means that it just disappears.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna...
Yeah, red are better than white fate chips in every way, but they can also be used
against us.
Right.
Yeah.
If you use them for their bonus effect, they can be used against you. But if you don't use them for that effect,
Wow!
ooh, you might want to reroll that again.
Sure,
Because
yeah, I'm
that's-
gonna use my last one.
Yeah.
That's not good at all.
It's not good to critical fail.
That's a D10.
Jeez, that is some bad luck.
That's
But you got a
success,
4.
at least.
You got a 4. That is a success. It works
Jesus.
as you intended. That is some bad luck to have that happen right now, but it works in the end.
So, I just kind of, Blue Flame starts to go up my arm and spread to Rook, and, for a second it actually hurts, unlike before. It's actual fucking fire for a second. It's just like, oh shit, shit, shit! I'm just start putting it out, and I try it again, and it's just like, nope, shit, shit! And then I cast it one more time, and it finally works. You catch on fire, both me and you on blue fire.
Yep.
Cool.
And you
And
guys...
does Rook need to roll anything to kick open the door?
That was what I was getting to, because you just cast, so just roll a strength for me.
Oh my god, yeah.
Door goes flying off its hinges, and in front of you, you see people sitting around a table with a man holding a long staff. looking down from the roof, which, by the way, you guys can choose where you made that hole in the roof. I like the plan. Rook and Touchstone, you're at the door on the south. The other two, you can choose where you are in here.
I'd say it would be right about here.
Okay, put yourselves on. I'll put Crow on because I know Panda's not going to get to it. So you guys are about 15 feet up. Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And you see in front of you the old man with the staff and surrounded by people, and he just looks at the hole in the roof and looks at the door flying in. Well then, quite an entrance you've made, isn't it?
Knock, knock.
Right. Do you not wish to talk first?
Never really been one for talking.
Rook, do your thing.
Rook raises the revolver.
Alright then, let's go into a combat. I'm gonna treat all these guys as one unit, using the older guy as that, and we're gonna add this. We're gonna add him again, for reasons you'll understand later.
That's worrisome.
And that's everyone, so let's deal initiative. For some reason it somehow ran out of cards, so let me reshuffle the initiative. That doesn't normally happen.
Somehow. Oh, I got a 2. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. In case you're wondering what it means why he has 2, he has level-headed, meaning he gets to choose one of the 2 cards he has dealt. And he chose the King of Diamonds.
That's cool.
Very well, if you wish for this to be how this goes. Give me a second. I need to open some character sheets.
Oh boy.
But, before we begin, you in the motorcycle helmet should answer your radio. And as he says that, you actually hear a chirp of an incoming call. You can deal with that on your turn. And first thing he's going to do is attempt to cast a spell.
No! Not allowed.
Yep.
Yikes.
For some reason these weren't set to the right thing, so I'm gonna fix that real quick. It is... yeah. Oh, and by the way, he is a wild card, so...
Yo.
You got a 7. Excellent. So as he raises the staff into the air, a second him appears next to himself. And let's give him some fate chips. He got a blue, a white, and a red.
Why does he get so many?
Because he is a lucky boy.
I don't like him.
But that is his turn, which means that it is time for the people who are around the table to begin their plans here. But they're not exactly sure what's going on. All they know is that Abernathy has risen to the occasion, brought his staff into the air, and essentially launched into a full fighting mode, which means they're going to do the same thing. And I don't have this in inches. I'm going to change that just for my own sanity, because I know how many inches they can go. That's that change in aura thing that I need to fix, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay. So he is going to run, so extra 4. He gets in front of Rook. He's also going to run. He's not going to stretch himself, don't worry. And the last guy is also going to run. The 2 up here, let me check their dice. Wow, they're doing pretty good.
Yikes.
They are moving around to underneath the hole in the ceiling, as is this guy. Don't worry, I'm getting rid of all of these really good rolls so that You guys will have a chance later.
Hmm.
Crow, you're on the roof right now. What are you going to do about that?
I want to use my newly found best friend, the shotgun, and it's the guy that's closest to me within a firing range of the shotgun.
So so all of them are going to have cover to you because you're shooting down through a hole on a slippery surface.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, I'm going to give you 2 penalties for this if you want to use a shotgun from the roof. 1, you don't have a good angle, so they're going to have cover. 2, you're on an unsteady platform because you're standing on ice. So there's going to be a -4 to your roll. If you're using buckshot, it gives you a +2, so it's going to be a total of a -2, but you can make the shot if you'd like.
Can I use the blue dice? Blue
What?
dice, I mean, the
What?
blue chip. I'm sorry, I said dice back.
If you want to add d6.
If you want to add a d6, you can, but you might want to wait till you see the roll first.
I think you should wait.
Okay, so what if I use a rifle against them?
Rifle would be basically the same penalties, because, again, you're on an unsteady platform where they have cover from you. Which, allow me to draw the hole in the ceiling here. It's about that.
Okay, so can I go in and shoot from inside?
You'd have to get down for the hole.
Okay, I want to get down the hole then.
That's 15 feet.
It is 15 feet, you can do that if you'd like.
But you
Can I
wouldn't
use
be
the
in
grab-
cover. I would not suggest jumping in like that now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll just shoot the guy at a penalty.
Which guy?
The one that's
Let's just-
closest to me.
Okay, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
just get it. You can't shoot that guy, but you can get an angle on this guy at a -4.
That's fine.
Okay. Make your roll. Well, I mean, sometimes it doesn't matter if you have a -4, now does it? You're not using the carbine, so that is only a 14, but that is a hit with a raise, so...
Hells yeah. And that'll be the end of my turn.
Roll the
roll
damage.
damage.
Roll damage.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
That is 7 damage, which is enough to shake him.
So can I use the blue chip to add a plus? No.
No, you
No.
cannot. Not to damage. Not to damage. He is shaken, though, so that's pretty good for you, honestly.
Mhm.
Welcome back. He already took his turn. That's the level-headed one. You're up now, Mr. Bishop.
So if I tried to burn them, would I be
Yes.
able to hit both of them?
Yes.
Oh. I'd kind of like to, first off...
Well, you'd have to be within range. Contemplate is not that long.
Yeah, I'm not going to burn these guys because that's a bad angle for that.
Yeah.
But if I moved right about here... wait, wrong thing.
Can't quite reach them unless you were standing in the middle of the hole, so...
Yeah.
Oh, are you going for these two?
Yep, I want to try to hit both of them, so...
Oh.
Time to
Okay,
fuck
okay.
with Cone Template.
Contemplate. What do you say, Contemplate? Can you hit both of them? Contemplate says... Contemplate says yes.
Good, good. Alright.
Hey.
Let's do this.
Contemplate says you can cover half of each of them with that cone, so it's good enough.
It's a 4, so it just succeeds.
It
in
succeeds,
activating.
yes. It succeeds in activating roll damage.
Damage is the important part.
You know, that's 7. This guy is shaken. I'm gonna mark that. This guy is actually killed by that because he was already shaken and he's an extra. So, nice job. Touchstone.
Wait, actually, one more. I'd like to take a step back so I'm not visible.
Fair enough. Touchstone. You're up. Klaus, you're muted.
Aha! I can speak now. What Omu do you?
What armor do? Armor increases your toughness.
Okay. Does
Uh,
armor stack?
Only if it's from different types of sources. Rook already has protection cast on him, so casting protection on him would not give him more armor.
Noted.
Oh, also these guys have knives.
Yeah, you should probably either back off or actually backing off would make them attack you.
Yes.
Cast protection on yourself.
I'm gonna cast protection on myself, and I'm gonna do the extra point to give more armor.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Make your roll. You got a 4, which means I believe you get 4 armor, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
because
That is-
Because he used the bonus. Yeah. Remember to spend your points.
Yep. So I have 13 left, and I can take an action without penalties. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, you do
I'm
have a
going
you do have a reduced multi-action penalty. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna take the ways value and just like try to choke this guy out.
Go for it, my man.
Oh,
Man.
Wow.
that's 2 fucking snake eyes for you.
That's not good. That's not
I've
good.
gotten multiple snake eyes.
As a
It's
critical
fine.
Yeah, it's
failure.
second.
As a critical failure.
So what does a crit fail do, almighty GM?
Well, let's find out. Let's see. Trying to find a general rule for this. I think, at least because you're not using something like a, yeah, okay, so something bad happens, but it isn't terrible because you're not using a weapon that is prone to catastrophic critical failures.
Yay!
So, in the case of this, it means your razor wire has been tangled. You cannot attack with it until you spend an action, basically unjamming it.
Fuck. I just like look at my.
You start pulling it, and it just doesn't come, and you're like, oh shit.
The bright side is you have 2 actions, so next turn you'll be fine.
Next turn you
Probably.
can fix it, yeah. But, you know, that's how it is sometimes.
Yep. Is there an attack of opportunity thing?
Yes.
Yes.
If you withdraw from melee, then things get to try and hit you.
Then never mind. I'll stay right there.
You are armored, so you'd have a better chance of not dying, so, you know.
Yeah.
Rook.
But if you take damage, you can't soak.
Exactly. Rook.
So
Oh, I didn't mean to roll that. Whoops. Oh well.
It's fine.
So I have 2 actions that I can spend for free, so I can shoot twice, can't I?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot thrice.
You're gonna shoot thrice. That would give each of them a -2.
Does it?
Yes.
Oh.
If you shot 3 times without quickness, all of them would be at a -4.
Fair enough.
Remember, you're targeting parry because you're in melee.
For 2 of them, yeah. For the third, no.
Right.
Well, he's still gonna shoot thrice.
You're still gonna shoot
Because it's
thrice. That's fair.
So from left to right, this is without the buck.
Yep, so slugs at a -2.
1, 2, 3.
The second one is going to miss. The third one is a good hit. The first one is a 4, which meets their parry.
Nice. So
Which
2 damage.
Yep, roll damage for the first one and bonus damage for the third one.
Oh, that guy's dead.
Yeah, that guy on the end, he's shot real bad. The first guy has not enough toughness either, so he has also been slain.
2 for 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Alright, that's the end of the first round, so let's deal some more initiative cards. And Mr. Preacher Jebediah Abernathy goes first, which, give me a second, I need to find a thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, this is fun. So let's see, that's... Yeah, okay. So he is actually going to wait a moment as his duplicate raises its stat, well, as his duplicate, first of all, 1, 2, hops on here. Believe that's the right distance, yeah? Now I can move one
That's
more.
5.
6. It moves up to here, and it raises its staff, and from the back you hear Abernathy say, "Do not fall, it is not yet your time." And the copy does a thing. It does a thing.
Oh, it said music. So I just realized.
He is going to spend a fate chip to re-roll that.
This is not the place for faith, apparently.
It is not a wild card, but he does have Elan, so that is 5.
Oh.
That is a success. And let me make sure. Yeah, they stand back up.
Shit. Hey! It's that boy!
Hey! Guy who got smacked with a wallet, right?
Jimbo the zombies. So they're alive again. Alive, quotation marks. And Jebediah himself simply walks over to here, and Crow, you're going to get shot at.
Yikes.
Oh my god, he has a Glock.
Not quite. He's going to put an extra power point into this. That is a 5 to hit you, Crow, which I don't. You don't have dodge, do you?
I don't think so.
Also, this is
That
supposed
is
to be
cover, I
regular.
feel.
It's supposed to be regular Jedi, not a. He doesn't have cover because of the positioning here. This one was.
But it's high ground.
Yeah, you'd think, but magic, magic.
Well,
Cheating.
Don't
athletics-
try it.
Don't try it, Abernathy. I have the high ground. No, he. So you are going to take 13 damage.
Ooh.
Oh yikes! Can I use my blue chip for that?
You can
No,
use a chip to
don't.
try and soak, but I would recommend use the white chip to try and soak first of all. Secondly, and keep this in mind, what's your toughness? It's 6, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So this is a success with 1 raise, which means that you are going to be shaken and take 1 wound. You only need 1 success on a soak roll in order to negate it completely.
Oh wait. Oh wait, it's my turn.
What?
No, just use the soak now if you want to not take damage.
Yeah, you don't soak on... You soak when you get hit. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. Bam.
Alright, spending a white fate chip to soak. Roll your soak. That is a success, meaning you do not take any damage. As the bolt of this bright golden light comes flying past you and basically cuts straight through your shoulder, the coat around your shoulder. If you hadn't been crouching to try and line up a shot, it probably would have taken your arm off.
Ooh.
Rook.
Rook will shoot at the copy and the last living person.
Shoot at the copy and the last living person.
At least within his range, of course.
Gotcha.
Copy and then person.
Gotcha.
Unfortunate. Does that jam his gun?
Holy shit.
It does
In fact,
unless
I
you...
want to reroll that.
It does unless you reroll it.
I'm gonna reroll that because fuck that shit.
Alright, go for it.
There we go.
You got a 7, and that's targeting the copy?
Mhm.
That is a miss.
Unfortunate. Here's for the parry.
That is a hit. And it's hit with a raise, which is 10, which means that he is dead.
And then Rook will move. I assume this provokes from the Zamboni.
It normally would, but let me check something. Because there is a chance that it can't. No, it can attack you.
Okay.
It can attack you. I didn't open their character sheet because I'm a moron.
Parry is 7.
Parry is 7. It misses.
Alright.
Actually, you were just moving around it. You didn't actually withdraw from melee, so it doesn't matter. It only matters
Okay.
if you withdraw.
Okie dokes.
Yeah. You're good.
He's trying to get in range so that they attack him and not touchdown.
Gotcha. Bishop.
Alright, so as the flames are dying out, let's just say I didn't take a step back, but I'll take the, -1 movement penalty anyways. Just for the sake of being cool. As the flames disperse, a bullet flies out as well towards this guy.
That guy?
He's currently
Gotcha.
shaken.
That guy. Oh shit, that boy.
That is a 6. That is a hit. Actually, no, it's not.
It's not.
No, your angle is good, but he's behind the table, which gives him one point of cover, and you're on an unsteady platform because you're standing on ice, which is a -2.
Damn.
Makes that a 3.
But I can reposition. That's the advantage that we have right now with this setup.
Yep. Crow.
Can I also move around and reload?
You can move and reload, yeah.
I want to move over, kind of over. Yoink.
You don't have that much movement.
You do not have that much movement, no. You'd have to be right here. Right here.
Well, yeah, but he did do this.
Right, that's to avoid falling in the hole.
You can't just do this.
You could do that, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna reload.
Okay, reloading. Good.
And that's all.
He already had his turn, his level-headed turn. Touchstone, you're up now.
Alright. I'm not liking these zombies, so
That's fair.
I wanna use my action to just like untangle the cord of the razor wire.
Gotcha.
Kinda just like flex it back so that way it winds back in, and then shift it back out. I'm going to make 2 different attacks, so
They would be
With
at
the
-2s.
multi-attack. yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna attack this one. Do I have to say which ones I'm attacking first? Or can I?
You can choose. You could make your attack against the same one if it doesn't die.
Okay.
You hit. You hit his parry.
Alright.
There's an 8. That is enough to shake it.
With that, I'm just kind of like wrapped it around the neck a little bit, and I'm just gonna tug to try to finish it off.
Fancy. Fancy.
Well, the bonus damage wasn't anything, but who cares about that?
Well, he doesn't get bonus damage because it's modeled after a whip. He just reduces their parry if he gets a raise.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which he does, and he reduces their parry, and he gets the kill. With that. Nicely done.
Thanks. I'm not totally useless.
In a fight. You're pretty useful otherwise. I mean, otherwise they'd still have wounds.
Yeah, this is true.
Alright. Okay. It is these guys' turn. One of them needs to roll to unshake. Let's see how he does with that. He does it. He's no longer shaken. And yeah, he really doesn't like you guys at this point. Bro, he can just like a little bit see you, so he is going to cast a thing at you. That's right, he can do that too.
Spooky!
You got a 5. You got a 5, which is a success. As basically he puts his hands together, and a whole bunch of white feathers begin flying out in a torrent of razor-sharp cutting. It doesn't really matter about cover here. The cover will reduce this damage by 2 for Crow, so that might help. But it doesn't stop the roll from going through, because that's just to cast. The damage, however, is low enough that I assume, Crow, your toughness is higher than 2.
I think so.
Yeah. Which means you're not actually taking any damage from this as they fly over your head. But you can see these razor-sharp, pure white feathers.
To be fair, if you already had 3 wounds, that could have been really bad, but...
Well, no, because even then, his toughness wouldn't be reduced. Yeah.
My toughness is at 6, so...
And this guy who was around here is still moving. He's going to try and run. Excellent. He gets another 4. Good on him. He's doing it.
Oh.
And that's the end of
He's
that.
never played XCOM before.
No. And let's see. Bishop, you're up first.
Thanks for the target.
I mean, that is like a really hard shot, though.
Maybe. But he doesn't have cover, so it's only a -2, right?
Angles here. The angles would give him cover.
Really?
Okay, so imagine you're 15 feet up and looking down through a 12-foot hole.
Right.
The angle is really shallow, but you could just barely see like his lower stomach.
So, okay. I'd like to... Does it look like he's still gonna keep running in that direction?
Yes.
I'd like to hold my action.
Okay, you would go on hold, and you can use your agility to interrupt anyone else's action, or you can go at the end of somebody else's turn without making
That being
agility roll
said,
to
I have
interrupt.
not moved then, so...
Right,
Still
you're
here.
just on hold, you're waiting. Perfect. Rook, that means it's your turn.
Rook will fire twice at the copy.
Fire twice at the copy. Alright, make your attacks.
Excuse me. Excuse me. He doesn't have enough ammo to fire twice at the copy, so he will reload and then fire.
Okay, at the copy.
Yeah, he's gonna load in buck. So this
Fantastic.
is a slug.
This is a slug, and the next ones are going to be buckshot when he... Gotcha. That is an 11. An 11 is enough to hit. A 12... Give me a second. 12 would be a significant problem, but it's going to try and soak.
No.
Using this white fate chip.
No.
Let's see how it does. It has not managed to soak. So I'm gonna add a d6.
Oh no.
With this, it doesn't want to put it on the table. Give me the, there we go. With this red fate chip.
Does that mean we all get the... Oh.
No.
Hey, that's really fucking good, though. You got rid of 2 fate chips, one of them being...
That's pretty good.
It is.
That's-
And that is going to be it absorbing all of the damage.
It's pretty good. So he now has 6 buck since he fired and then reloaded.
Yes.
For
Yes,
reference.
yes.
Then he will... does he want to move? He needs to be a target, so no, he won't move.
Okay. It is the preacher's turn. And the copy of the preacher is going to approach.
Oh no.
And
I've
bring
3
forth
rounds.
holy hellfire! In other words, he is going to use a burst attack at you. For some reason this isn't listed, so I'm just going to roll bolt for it because it is the same thing. He's going to spend extra points to make it do a little bit more damage. That would... he's not a wild card, and it's not a group check, so that would normally fail. But I'm going to spend this red fate chip to add a d6 plus 2 because of Lon.
Does him using red chips do anything for us?
Sadly, no.
Okay.
That's part of the drawback. So that turns it into a 6, which is not a success with a raise, which means that this is only the 3d6, nothing more. So we'll see how that goes for you. This is hitting Touchstone and Rook. 17.
Jesus. Toughness is 15 for me right now.
Yes, because you had protection cast, right?
Yep.
Alright, that's good.
And my
That means
toughness
you're just shaken.
is...
You
8.
cast armor, so yours is 8. So that means that is a success with 1 raise, with 2 raises, which means it would be a hit, so you'd be shaken and take 2 wounds.
He can't.
And you can't soak, so that's a hit, and that's 2 wounds.
And you might want to just, like, walk out of that door, but not, like, by now.
No, that's fine. He can cast healing on himself. That is the copy's turn. The real one, however, still has his turn, and he doesn't really have a great angle on anything. So he's going to blast the ground underneath Crow.
Yikes.
Oh no.
So again, this is a burst attack, fired directly at the area underneath Crow. Crow, you're going to have +6 to this because +6 armor to this. So we'll see how that does for your what damage you take. First, let's roll. That is a 7. That is not a success with a raise, which means that this is just regular 3d6 damage. Just 3d6, and let's see how this does. That is 10 damage. I believe your toughness +6 is more than 10.
Yeah.
However, I need you to make an agility roll at a -2.
Oh, no!
Falling damage. Landing
Yeah.
damage.
Landing damage. Agility roll at a -2 brings you to a 5, which, luckily enough for you, is enough to choose. Would you like to land on the ground inside there with no damage, or would you like to stay on the roof?
I'd have no damage if I fell in, right?
No damage. You rolled high enough on agility, you can fall with the rubble, and you can roll.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Since I probably-
Crow is now inside the building on the ground there. He is fine. Fantastic. Touchstone.
Alright.
You're not feeling too good.
Yeah, I kind of like look at myself burned all over with holy fire, whatever the fuck that was.
It was holy
And,
fire.
So, do the minus for actions, does that count for, like, casting things?
It does. You have healer, though, which cancels out here.
Yeah. I'll just do a healing on myself and then use my action to attack, since I still have...
Says you still have quickness, so you have 2 actions, yep. Roll your heal. Man, it is a... That is a... Is that with the +2 on that, too? No,
no, it doesn't have the plus
It doesn't have the +2, so that is a 7, so... It's not enough to heal both your wounds, but it does heal one of them.
Hey.
And make your attack. This time you only have a -1, because wound penalties are only -1.
I'm actually... So as long as I stay within the area of the sky, can I... Do I take an attack of opportunity if I do like this? Oh, didn't mean to go through him.
Do what? Yeah, no. As long as you don't withdraw from melee.
Okay. So I'm gonna come around here, and I'm gonna pepper spray him. The copy.
You're gonna pepper spray the copy.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh wait, never mind. I'm shaken.
Oh right, you do need to roll to unshake before you made that healing roll.
Ah.
Roll
Don't
touch.
worry, it's on the likely side of things. You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine.
Remember to add another -1 to that, but you do still unshake. So you're fine, the heal goes through. You can continue with what you're doing.
So does that take up an action to unshake?
No, unshaking is a free action.
Okay. So I come around here and pepper spray.
Pepper spray. You're targeting...
The copy.
Right. That misses.
Oh.
Okay. I look at the
as you
pepper
spray
spray,
as you spray the pepper spray, it goes towards him and then just folds out around and goes behind him, and then recoalesces and sprays behind him.
That is cheap.
The
Yeah, I
copy
feel like
does
that
not
is cheap.
respond.
Alright, that's my turn.
Fantastic. Crow, you're on the ground inside.
I'm gonna pull out the rifle and shoot the guy that's closest to me.
The preacher?
Yes,
Okay.
Not the shotgun.
Could use the shotgun.
that is
Get a +2 to
very
hit?
good. That is a very good point. I'll roll I'll shoot the shotgun.
So that's shooting.
Yep. Shooting with a +2. So +1 on top of that, which gives you a 9, which gives you a hit.
Nice.
So roll
No,
3d6.
'cause that was-
3d6 exploding.
Well, no, wouldn't that be a 10? Because he had the +1 already, but didn't have the +2?
The +1's for his trademark weapon.
Oh, okay.
So that doesn't apply here, but the +2 does, so it's -1 +2, so it's a 9.
Oh, okay.
So roll 3d6. So /R 3d6 and then an exclamation mark.
3d6.
Yep, and then exclamation
And then
mark.
exclamation mark.
Make sure they explode properly.
Nice.
It exploded properly. That is 18 damage, which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
Quite a lot indeed. That is 1, 2, 3 raises over his toughness, so he's gonna try and soak that. Using this red fate chip.
Could I also use my regular pistol on top of that?
Your regular what? Your pistol? No, because
No.
you declare your actions at the start of your turn.
Oh, okay. That is all.
So soak. That is 4, which would soak one of those. But he's gonna use this blue fate chip to add a d6 plus 2 to that. Ooh,
Yes!
that's bad luck on that one. So that means that he takes 2 wounds and is now shaken.
Nice.
That's really good.
That is.
It's burning through a lot of fate chips as well.
You burned through basically all of them.
That's a lot of fate chips.
He himself still has one.
One
but
fate
you
chip.
don't have
Yep.
any for everyone, so.
Yep, and that was his level-headed, so that's not applicable. This guy is going to move up here and hold out a hand and...
Before,
Shake
right
your
after he walks up, I'd like to interrupt, just covering fire from the roof that you forgot about.
No, I didn't forget about it, I was waiting for it. Make
No,
your
I said
opposed...
he forgot about it.
Oh, yes, of course. Make your opposed agility roll.
Yep, let's see.
You're trying to beat a 2.
Unfortunately, this is not a D8 anymore, but... Oh my!
Ooh.
I was
Roll-
really ready for it.
You were really only trying to beat a 2, so take your turn.
So, from, like, right here, would I have just a clear angle?
Clear
on him?
shot, clear shot. You still have the unsteady
Platform.
you still have the unsteady platform penalty because you are standing on ice, but yes.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put a -1 on there now, so.
Yep.
Nice.
That is still a hit with a raise.
Did not roll damage, so...
Yeah, it's fine. You rolling real good right now.
Uh-huh.
Man down, man down.
Nice.
And then let's... No, not over there. There.
Yep, fall back. Alright, cool.
And go prone.
Nice. Well, this guy then is going to do what that guy was going to do and hold his hand out, creating that ball of golden energy you remember from earlier and taking a shot at Crow. This is a bolt, which only is going to be 2d6 if it hits, so let's see if it hits. That's going to be a hit with a raise, I believe. Yes.
Oh,
Yes, it will.
yikes.
That is 7 damage, which I think just shakes you.
Can I dodge that by any chance?
That's not how that works.
Oh.
It's still not how that works.
That's still not how that works. You take 7 damage, which shakes you, so you're shaken. You'll have to unshake at the start of your turn. That's the end of this round. Next round,
Ooh.
we got an ace on Crow.
These are... Oh, never mind. I just realized that was him that got the other jack.
Yeah. Crow, I need you to roll to unshake.
Oh, wait.
Unshake.
It's the unshake button
Yeah.
on your character sheet. Got a 7. You succeeded. Congratulations. You can act as normal now.
I want to shoot at the...
You have bad luck with these cards now.
The person behind me is the threat, huh?
Yeah, the preacher.
Both the preacher and the regular guy can be a threat. It just really depends on how you view it. The preacher's
I
probably
was
more of a
more
threat, though. Yeah.
I
Probably.
want to shoot the preacher with the,
Revolver or the shotgun?
Shotgun did real nice. It has +2 to hit to it.
with the shotgun.
With the shotgun. Take your shot.
It's the 3d6?
No, you have to
No.
you have to roll the hit first.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Roll shooting. And that is a +1 over that, so that is actually a 12, which is a hit with a raise. Roll damage.
That's the 3d6.
Yeah, that's a 3d6.
Yes, 3d6. It's actually 4d6 because you got hit with a raise. So roll 4d6.
Okay.
Exclamation mark because exploding.
Oh,
It doesn't matter. It didn't explode. You got a 7, which I think.
Does it shake?
He was still shaken because he hasn't had a turn yet. So that would give him a wound.
Nice.
Dog, calm down.
Bark.
He's gonna have to take that wound. He's at 3 wounds now. Whoops.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well, okay, that was gonna be on his turn, but it's not his turn yet. I didn't mean to click that yet. But there it is. It has the -3 on it, so he will be able to act on his turn. But it's not his turn yet. It is our friend Bishop's.
So,
Get him.
I'd like to ask, this part right here, did that just like fling him into the hole?
No.
Or did
There
it
is
widen the hole?
There is an extra section right here that is now open.
Does that mean if I were about here, I could get a really good angle on this guy?
You could get a decent angle on him. I'd give him partial cover, which would be a 1, so you'd have a -3 total with their +1 from laser sight.
Alright, I'll take that. And then, as I take, or actually just after I take this shot, so we'll see what I get. Oh.
Oof.
Well, it's not a critical failure, so it's just a miss.
And then I shout, let's try to take him alive if possible.
Interesting thought. Rachel Jebediah Abernathy is not feeling so good. So he's gonna try for one thing first, with his 3 wounds. Whoops, that's what? That's not the right thing, that's damage. Why is it trying to roll damage? This is
Damage only.
skill. Skill only. Well,
Ooh.
he has to spend that last fate chip. He's gotta spend that last fate chip.
Otherwise, that goes real bad for him.
Yeah. Okay, so that is a +2 on top of that as well, which is a 6. It cures him of 1 wound as he heals
Hey, you
himself.
can't do that. That's my signature move.
That's the thing, though.
And you too bask in the light of the Almighty, then.
I walked into a room and things happened. Shut up.
The Almighty has blessed you, child. Not turn away.
I want to fucking murder him.
Speaking of murder, clone time.
No.
But hey, that was his entire turn, and he spent a fate chip on that. So...
Yeah. Clone is...
Gonna shoot me.
No. Clone is gonna bolt, Rook.
Yeah, that's fair.
That is a 4, which is not against your parry, that is just a hit. And that was spending extra points here for 8 damage. I don't think that clears your toughness because of your armor.
It sure don't.
That's pretty good.
I gotta say, it would have been really fucking funny if he just, like, held out his arms trying to cast, like, a healing thing on himself, and then just turns to fire.
I considered it, I was thinking, what if he just went, "You can't take me alive," and burned himself to death? I considered it, I was like, nah, he's not that character.
Not yet, anyways, watch this.
Fuck you anyway! Boom! Touchstone, you're up now.
Okay, I'm going to move and run, so I'm going to provoke.
Oh,
attack.
wait, I'm sorry. I forgot that these zombies are trying to hit you, so that zombie actually is going to make a swing at you first.
Sweet
Oh,
me.
that's fair.
Because I forgot they move on the copy's turn, which is Jebediah's turn, so... I kept forgetting that. I was just letting it go, because if I forget about it, it's fine, but I did forget about it this time. It's not a group check, so it's a 1, which means it misses, so continue.
Okay. So, I am going to take that attack of opportunity, then.
Okay, so it gets another attack at you.
Another one.
Another one. Again, not a group check, so it's just a 2. So that's a
Okay,
miss.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna... So I can go a total of 22.
No, that's 11. It didn't... Yeah, you should be able to go 12. I don't know why it says 5 plus 1d6. You rolled a 6. You can go 12.
Well, I mean, I get to double because...
Oh, quickness. You're right. Yes. Of course. You actually should add 1 to that, so you can go 24.
Can I, like, use the extra movement to go over the stable?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go over here, and I just want to fucking, like, choke this dude out with razor wire.
Yes.
Okay, with quickness, that is another action, so that would be both your actions. Go for it.
I'll go ahead and take the -2 for 2 attacks.
Oh, you're attacking twice. Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
-2, that is a 3. That is a miss. -2, that is a 16. I don't know, let me check his parry real quick. Yeah, it's pretty close, but I'm gonna say it's a hit with a raise. His parry is reduced by 2, he doesn't take the extra damage. You do deal 7, though. He unshook, which means he is now shaken once again, and on 3 wounds.
I'm just, like, choking him, saying, "That is my move!"
Oh, sorry, he's
And
on 2 wounds.
I'm not a man of God. Don't fucking say that shit to me.
Deny all you like. Those who use his light know the truth. Anyway, it's this guy's turn, and this guy doesn't like Crow, so he's gonna try and stab him because he has a dagger.
Ritual dagger.
Crow, look out! It's a ritual. It's a ritual knife.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Well, I believe that is a hit with a raise because your parry is not. What's your parry, Crow?
5.
Okay, so that is a hit with a raise because that's a 10. It's not a group check, which I don't know why I roll so well on group checks. He does 8 damage, which were you already shaken? No, you weren't.
No.
No, you weren't shaken. So now you are shaken. Because your toughness is 6, so yeah. You've been stabbed, but you're fine.
Give me that zombie. Gimme. Gimme.
Rook, it is your turn.
No Zamboni?
Zamboni already went.
Oh, okay. Sure. Rook will fire twice at the copy.
Okay.
Actually, fuck it, Buglet, fire thrice.
Price at the copy.
Yeah, which is negated by the +2, so we just regular rolls.
Yep. Regular rolls. Miss, hit with a raise. That is 12 damage, which, it can't soak, so it vanishes in a puff of smoke.
And then he'll move.
Okay. That Zamboni's gonna try and fucking kill you, though.
Fuck him.
I'd like to mention, it was risen by a thing that is no... Why is it minimizing? The zombie was risen by a thing that is no longer active, and it is still fighting, so that thing is permanent, unless you kill it.
Okay.
Anyway, attack. It's not a group check. I don't know how many times I have to say this. A 3 is a miss. Go on.
Alright, so he's gonna run. Actually, he's running an action.
Running is an action, yeah. You can move.
So he's just gonna move then.
Yeah.
So he's gonna move 12 because of speed.
Yep, you can do that.
By the way, I'm almost positive after this turn it ends.
Should be, yeah. I've been trying to keep track. I think this is the last round of it. Unless you want to spend more points to maintain it.
Can I just say, over 4 group checks, you have rolled 8 6s.
Yes. An average of 2 6s per check.
If
That's
only they could use that group check.
They could if I was grouping them up or if I had more of them, but I don't right now. Luckily for you.
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah,
what
just
happened?
do it one
Remember
round.
what happened when I used a group shotgun check? Rook nearly died.
Rook nearly died.
All right, so let's deal the next round, and that means Preacher Abernathy is up first.
He's being sliced.
Yeah, he needs to unshake first.
Don't do it. Hey!
Yes.
He does not manage to unshake, as he is caught in this razor wire. Meaning he cannot act, he can only move. Or take free actions. I do not believe there
Can he
is...
explode the free action?
Can he set himself on fire? No, he is not able to do anything because everything requires checks or is not free actions. So, that is all he can do. You guys lucked out on that one. He's also out of fate chips, so...
Haha!
Our good friend, Mr. Bishop,
I'm going to teleport in right here.
make your roll.
Alright, that is a roll. Oh well.
It is a roll.
Mhm.
It also costs points. You got a 5, you made it.
Yeah.
Come in,
lost my
I'm just going
points.
to look at you and say, don't take this from me, I want to choke him out.
Now I need to make a decision. Do I aim at this guy, or do I aim at Touchstone and say we can take him alive?
He's going to take him alive. Hopefully.
I think that's
That is
fine.
your intention?
I am choking him out at the moment.
Okay, then I'll shoot that guy.
Okay. Make your attack. Remember this is... Well, actually, no, you don't have quickness.
Finally at a plus.
No, you don't have quickness. You use teleport.
Fuck.
Unless you want to have your teleport fail or have to re-roll it.
Okay, so
Can I give
let me go
him-
back. If I were to just jump in with an agility roll,
You would have to make an agility roll, but since it's a prepared drop, I'd let you do it at a regular flat agility roll. Actually, it would be an agility roll -1 because of the distance, but If you got a 4 or higher, you would succeed and not take any damage.
And then I could still have an action?
Yes.
Alright.
Do it.
Fucking revert time a little bit.
Revert time a little bit, that's alright. You just forgot
Actually, play
teleport was an action, that's alright. Yeah, revert time a little bit. Teleport, by the way, is an action for you. It's normally a movement type thing, but it is an action to spellcast it for most people. It's different for Spider because he has the weaker version of teleport. That doesn't have as much distance and costs a little more.
But I'm going to land on the table to make this slightly easier.
Okay, I'll take away that -1 then, so flat agility roll.
Ah, cool. Alright, +0. I'm just going to give it a second to let it register that. Okay.
There's a 4, you don't take any damage from the fall.
Gonna walk up here with less my movement and take the shot.
Go for it. That is a hit. That is not enough to shake him.
Unfortunately.
Really?
Yeah, I've been forgetting about a thing.
Oh, okay. I do have AP1 though.
Yeah, that's fine. It's not AP. It's just flat toughness boost. See, I've been forgetting about this giant glowing aura I've had this entire time that just, Anyway. And I just kept forgetting that it adds to toughness. Right, so that's your turn. Crow. You are not shaken anymore.
Hey, shoot the boy in front of you.
That's what I want to do. I want to shoot him.
Alright. Make your pistol roll.
For the shotgun roll.
No, it has to be a pistol because he's a melee.
Oh shit, you're right.
You're different because you have a shotgun pistol.
Oh, okay.
Can I use my blue fate chip with that?
why?
Well, it's already a hit.
Yeah.
If you
You
want to
roll
use a
for
blue,
damage, then
if
see
you
what
want to
happens.
use a blue fate chip to add a d6 to make it a raise, then yes.
But you
But
don't
raises are not as good as just... You might as well let it roll and then see, because it's basically the exact same thing.
Rook, I'd like to mention you never answered your radio.
Rook would love to answer his radio on his turn.
Well, it's a shame. There's no more incoming call.
Also, I forgot. I didn't even know.
Our ride is like 100% dead, just saying.
Oh, I just gotta roll damage, right?
Yes, just roll damage. That is 8, which is enough to shake him.
But if you want to add a d6 to this...
Can't.
Oh, you can't?
Can't add d6 to damage.
Did not... Okay. Well, then what I said is incorrect, but it was a +1 anyway, so...
Yeah. You have shaken him. Good job. Touchstone.
Alright. So, do I just spend it again to continue?
Yes, you spend the same amount. You don't need to make a roll because you're maintaining it. You spend the same amount.
Okay.
However, if you wished, you could take 1 point away and not add it to Rook as well, but that's up to you.
I'm gonna leave it on Rook as well, just in case I fuck up.
Gotcha.
So, I'm gonna take a total of 3 attacks on this dude.
Alright,
Stopping if he goes down.
-2 on each of them.
Yeah. Let me put it on there. God.
That's a miss. That's a miss. That's a miss.
That's impressive.
That's how it goes sometimes.
So I'm just like trying to
Flailing.
like continue pulling it. He's like, my holy throat is too strong.
We've been
The light of God will protect me. Just as he protects you. We could be friends, you know.
For the love of whatever devil this guy believes in, beat him up and knock him out, Rook.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rook,
Since there was no radio anymore, Rook can't do that, yeah?
no, there's no answer anymore.
Okay.
We've been subduing them so well, and then on the one turn where we just wrap things up? Nah.
Yeah, no, that's how it goes. That's how it goes, isn't it?
You couldn't do anything either, so I'll take it.
2 punchy boys.
2 punches. No penalty
will-
because you're quickness.
Yeah. He will stop it if it goes down. He's trying to subdue.
Trying to subdue. You can specify that beforehand. First one's a miss, second one's a hit.
Thunk.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Like
He's very
haymaker.
unconscious. He's very unconscious. You were trying to subdue, so I'm not gonna mark anything with that, so gotcha. Those were your 2 attacks. Would you like to move anymore?
no. Can someone get that zombie?
Yeah. This the man fighting the bird is going to try and unshake. He succeeds. He's going to try and stab the bird. He does not succeed.
Hell,
How does one? Sorry.
He tried. Hopefully final round forehead? You know, it's a shame. I should have removed him from the turn order. Here, you know what? I'll remove him. I'll recall and shuffle. And I'll deal all those again.
I actually forgot that he was unconscious. Like, oh, god damn it.
No. So, Touchstone, you're up first. That was my mistake.
Okay. I'm just gonna come up to this dude and just try to start choking him out with 3 attacks.
Gotcha. -2 on each of them, go for it.
Non-lethal or?
Yeah, non-lethal. Extra D class. Well, just
Extra
an
D class,
extra.
yeah.
Yeah, extra D class. Hit, miss. Okay, yeah, he's unconscious. He's down. Stop, he's already dead. And that is the end of combat.
Yay. Rook will try to radio in friend shape over in the car.
Alyssa?
Yeah.
No response.
I do need to go for a few more minutes again.
Crow's gonna
You know
get
what happens.
up and reload his shotgun.
Okay. Reloading all of your weapons, I assume, so that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I should mention, you're not technically out of combat. There is this thing that's wandering around, but it seems
I'm just
to
gonna go shoot it.
it seems to have lost track. Okay, it's dead.
No, wait, no, Rook, no.
What?
Team mascot.
Alright, I'm taking it. Rook will just like walk up and like pick it up.
It's going to be trying to bite you.
Good luck.
It will
We
have
could just,
more
like,
than
wrap it
enough
up at this
chances.
stage.
Alright, fine. He's gonna knock it out. Can he knock it out? Can he knock out a zombie?
Technically, yes.
Can he just take its head and keep it alive?
Well, no, that's not quite how that works. But yes,
we
you
have
can.
the spear rug we can wrap it up in. It's fine.
You
Yeah,
can.
sure.
You can technically knock it out, but you can also tie it up and make sure it can't
He's gonna tie
attack
it up
you.
with his 200 feet of nylon rope.
It is going to get one attack at you, though.
Okay.
Darn, it missed.
It doesn't hit.
I really wanted it. I really wanted it to kill
Roll
you. Right
damage
there.
anyways to see what it would have done.
I really wanted it to kill you. It wouldn't have
That
done
would have been
anything.
hilarious.
Yeah, it would have been, wouldn't it? Zombies do very minimal damage. They do d6. They just do strength damage with their claws.
Nice.
It's not much.
He'll tie it up and then. I guess we're taking the 2 living people.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Crow's gonna kick the guy that tried stabbing him in the crotch.
Well, he's already unconscious, so you're welcome to do that, but it's a little rude.
So
I'll do that.
we're gonna need to get back to our friend. I suggest taking the corpse car.
I call shotgun. I mean, driver's seat.
Anyone else know how to drive?
Look, I can drive perfectly as great as I could fly. a
I
plane.
can drive. Just
Okay.
I'm patching myself up as I walk.
All right, make your
We're just
healing
gonna-
roll.
Nice.
Hey, that actually cures you of all your wounds.
Hey.
Rook will gather up the 3 bodies. The 2 bodies in the zombie, I guess.
Yeah, the 2 unconscious people and the restrained and muffled zombie.
Yeah, he's a mascot.
So you guys go back out to the cars outside.
Yeah.
It's not too hard to find the keys on the sheriff because, well, yeah.
What I miss?
They collected the zombie and the 2 unconscious people and threw them in the car, and are, I believe, driving back to where
Driving
Alyssa was.
Yeah.
Touchstone was going to drive, I believe.
Yes.
There's no
Wait,
real.
is there actually a driving skill?
There
Yes.
is.
Yes.
Never mind, I won't drive.
Oh no, is Crow the only one with driving?
I have driving.
Okay, Bishop's going to drive.
C4 though.
You don't actually need to roll driving. There's
Oh.
non-stressful situation.
Oh.
You guys take the police car and you drive
Yep.
back out. Where are you heading? Back towards the van, I assume.
Yep.
Mhm.
As you approach,
All the equipment is.
you see smoke rising into the air.
Is Alyssa dead?
Well, you get to the actual van, and I need all of you to roll notice.
Unfortunate. Hey!
Okay, that's an 8, 4, 4,
Um,
and a 10. Alright, so here's the thing. The first thing all of you notice is that the van has been fucking exploded. There's a crater next to the van and a pretty large hole in the side of it. Not like into the back seat, but like the door has been blown off and everything. And you also notice body parts just strewn about the place.
Does it look like Alyssa's body parts?
How would you know?
I don't know.
Clothing on the body parts?
Going for the 8 and the 10 of Bishop and Crow, however, you see that towards the back of the van, just lying in the snow, is Alyssa, seemingly unconscious but alive.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Gonna
It's kind
tap
of
on
unsettling
Rook's-
that they found out where we parked at.
I mean, nah.
Gonna tap on
Unlock
Rook's
van.
shoulder and then rush towards Alyssa.
Wait, did they blow up the rocket fan? Or is it a normal van?
She wasn't qualified to use the rockets, but they were still there.
I'm gonna kill him.
That's why it's a massive crater, because it had rocket fuel.
Exactly. Anyway,
Let's,
you go to... Bishop tapped on whose arm to get their attention? Then ran up to Alyssa?
Rook.
Rook, okay.
Rook looks over. Yeah.
I just want him to be able to watch my back if anything happens while I
Yeah,
try
sure.
to wake her up.
He'll go with her. Him. Them. Whatever.
Go with him to her, is what you were trying to say. Yes.
Yes.
I'm also gonna go, so that way I'm out of the car with the Batman.
That's
So we
fair.
leave Crow
but-
with a zombie.
It's just sitting in the car. Just sitting in the car, Crow and a zombie.
Aspect here.
Right. So, going up to her, taking a look at her, she is breathing, but she appears to be unconscious.
Is there any way I can try to wake her up?
You don't have the healing skill.
Hey, touch something.
Hi.
Touchstone does.
Gonna
Is
call
there
for
anybody around
Touchstone?
here? No, you're outside you're in the city outskirts a little bit. You're-
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna tell Rook, hey, you might want to carry her back to the car and
Yeah,
save
sure.
her there.
Is there a bomb on her?
I'll search for anything like that.
Roll notice. She's basically untouched. Based on where she landed and how the snow around her, it appears she was flung here, but has not been moved since.
Gotcha.
Alright.
I'm actually just gonna, as we start to move her, well, I'll just wait until we get back over to the other car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna head back to the driver's
This
seat.
fireman carry.
Yep. Get back to the car. What's the plan?
Heal her.
Yeah. For one, just make sure she's healed and potentially awake. And
Okay.
2, get into cover and then let people know what happened to the van.
Your long distance radio it was in the van, so
Yeah, okay.
We'll see about
I'm really
that.
happy we got another car.
Touchstone. You're going to be the one healing, I assume. Yes.
Yeah, this has an extra +1 for the medkit.
For the medkit? Okay. An 8 is enough that you are actually able to bandage up her wounds pretty easily. It appears to be mostly burn and shock. Not like shock electricity, but just, having been knocked back from a shock wave.
Concussive force.
Concussive force, that's it. And after a few bandages and administrations of very simple salves and the like, you are confident to say that you could probably wake her up with a little bit of water.
Brooke probably has a canteen. Honestly.
Alright. Well, just kind of motion for Rook to hand me it.
Just hands it over.
Alright. Just splash a little bit on her face to try to wake her up.
I'm gonna start driving in the opposite direction of the van and then find an alternate route.
Where the hell are we?
Not in the blown up van.
Van was fine. Door just got knocked off.
No, it's definitely exploded.
Oh, it was fine. Last I saw it.
Yeah, well, you want to look back and see the smoke?
I mean, we can go actually put it back together, couldn't we?
No.
I can turn this around if necessary, but what even happened?
Well, I'm not supposed to leave the van out here.
Fine.
I'll stop the car and start to turn around.
Thanks. She starts to go back to sleep.
wake up.
What?
Slaps you.
What?
Make you
How?
conscious.
What?
Come on. What happened?
Some fucker in a hood walked up towards the van, so I told him to stop, and he pulled a knife, so I shot him twice, and he was rigged with a fucking explosive vest.
The fuck?
I don't know.
The fuck kind of. Damn. Well, we got their leader, so you got a radio on you that ain't short range.
I can check the one in the van.
The one that was blown up.
Well, he wasn't in the van when he exploded. What the fuck do you think that thing's made out of? The door was open, that's why it went flying.
Hmm.
I imagine by this point we're about there again, because it didn't drive far.
Right. So she sort of unsteadily gets out of the car and walks over to it and
We'll help her.
looks at
There's
the
like-
radio.
Curious, how many bodies do we still have in the car other than the unconscious people and the zombie?
I assumed you left the bodies of the militia
Oh, we left
and
those.
yeah, I assume you
Okay.
left those in the other
We
car.
left those in the other car.
Right.
I thought we
Don't
were just
worry,
like
that-
sitting on top of bodies or something.
No,
They
no, no,
were
no,
did
no.
say- let's get
terrorist
in the corpse
attack. Don't worry.
It takes her a little bit of checking things, and eventually she turns the key in the van, and it does start up, though the door is still missing. And then she hits the radio, looks around, goes back over to the police car, tears out the antenna, sticks it on the radio. Yeah, it's working.
Fair enough. Well, mission accomplished. We've apprehended the suspect,
Oh, good.
raising zombies and casting miracles and doing all that fancy shit.
Oh shit, that was real?
That was real.
Weird.
We got a zombie if you want to see it.
Oh, thanks. You can just put them in the back.
Wait, we're supposed to be in the back.
Yeah.
Fine.
I just, hey, Brooke,
Good work, by the way.
could you take the door off that and, like,
Yeah, sure.
Weld it to
Just,
the van
walks
for me?
over, rips off the door.
right,
Can I just, like, hold my hands in front of it and just, like, lightly fire it to weld it on?
exactly, yeah. Thanks. Now I hopefully
Yep.
won't freeze to death driving back. That's nice.
I mean, we're going with you.
Well, yes, but I have to sit in the front and there was a missing door.
Yeah, fair enough. I'll sit there with you.
Right. You have a jacket.
You want my jacket?
No thanks.
Takes off jacket.
She looks at it, considers putting it on, realizes she could probably not lift her arms with how giant the damn thing is. No thanks.
I mean, you could take someone else's jacket. Justin, do you need your jacket? You can have mine.
I just look at him.
Lady's cold.
For reference,
Well,
Touchstone, Private Alyssa Beanon was part of a different MTF team that they rescued from giant centipedes last time.
So, you see, the thing is with this jacket is if, somebody else wheels it, they're probably gonna get cut up.
I'd love to offer
Oh.
mine, but I have. This is $1,000 jacket as
Bro,
opposed
give me your
to
jacket.
trench coat. I'm not giving it away.
Look, just get in the damn van and I'll drive us back.
Yeah.
He takes his coat from the zombie, just offers it to her.
No.
Yeah, fair enough. Puts
Just-
the zombie at the back with all the others.
You can just turn on the heat, it'll be fine.
Now let's go. Shotgun.
Alyssa has gained +1 emotional trauma.
No.
She has a count of 10 now.
No, the emotional trauma count was already capped last time. You guys drive back to base. Technically, you're right here, but whatever. Well, not right here, but right here. But whatever. And that is a mission well done. Abernathy is brought to Mills, who directs him to a specific containment cell that supposedly will help keep him from doing anything fancy. The zombie is brought to a testing facility somewhere else. You're not sure. It was just loaded in the back of a truck with a couple of other different kinds of zombies. Kind of wonder if they're making a zombie battle royale deathmatch. That'd be interesting. Wouldn't
Wasn't there also another unconscious guy?
Yeah,
There was, and I was getting to him. He's escorted to the D-class cells.
get
Right.
fucked.
I'm just gonna kind of let him know, careful, he has magic hands.
Yeah. It's assumed that the magic that he was doing was, in part, supplied by Abernathy, so they imagine that he'll probably lose access to it when Abernathy is under lockdown.
Frankly, that guy has it the worst out of everyone else.
He does. But congratulations, everyone. Mission complete. None of you died, and that's better than most people could
Rook
say.
almost died twice.
He did, but he didn't
Yeah.
die.
I got really close to dying.
You did, and none of you actually did die. I'd say that's a mission well done.
How many
Mm.
times has Rook almost like died from a single roll?
3.
4.
See you guys next time.